there could meet the challenge. That's what type of spirit we on. Hey, we got all the nations gathered again. Come on then.
Right.
Bust a move. Like, oh, hey, wait, hey, like on what's that movie? The Clump. I remember the grandma. Come on, like, nobody can stop Jake when we on. It's over, man.
Right.
It's fucking over, man. Yo. Yeah, that was it. And can you get that scripture where it says the expectation of the righteous is good, and the expectation of the wicked is bad? Okay, you got it? Sure. No?
I got one. Go ahead. This is Psalms 89:7. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai is greatly to be feared in the assembly of his saints.
Woo, he's greatly to be feared in the assembly of his saints, man. We fear Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai in this assembly, man. And in all assemblies that's round about the earth, man. You people that do not fear Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai will ask the people over there in what's the place that was hit with the tornado? Kentucky.
It was like
Niggas want fried chicken, but hey, Kentucky through.
Yeah.
Lord sent his hand down there, whoop, and swept that place away, man.
that tore at 100.
Woo!
And counting.
In the 20, and counting. And then you had what 24 like earthquakes back to back.
Yep.
Out here.
24.
And then you have the the volcanoes erupting and all types of things happening on the earth. Then you got the drums of war sound.
And in the midst of that, it went through the state of Mississippi, but the brothers out there are doing good.
Beautiful, Great. The brothers is cool. Brothers are straight because the Lord's angels encamp round about them that fear him and delivereth them. But then yet the angel them came down with that tornado. Lord's like, go down there and mess that place up. Mosh it up. Mosh it up.
Yep, it's a brother that's in Kentucky right now, for his job. But the brother told me he's like an hour away from where it happened. So he's like the lot of Kentucky.
That's it.
It says, and to be had in reverence of all them that are round about him.
Woo, the Lord is had in reverence for all those that are round about him. Because only the righteous is close and near unto the heavenly Father. Like the brother bring out the scriptures, who can approach to the power. Those that have a clean heart, clean hands. You can come before Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai. Even Yahweh Shai said that he is the light of the world, right? Then come to light that their deeds are revealed before the Lord and him. And then they change their ways, but men love darkness rather than light. So the Lord gonna fuck you niggas up, man. Mainly you. That's who we talking to. You Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. The Lord is sending death to your ass, man. The ugly ass nigga swim. I was gonna swim blood, 400 swim or whatever his name is. Your ass is 6 feet under, man. And all you niggas that's out here listening, death to you. It's coming for you. It's coming.
Hey, did you see the video of how he died?
Nah, I seen the video.
Dragged him out the car.
I seen the
word, nigga, bro.
Go ahead. Go ahead. But go ahead.
I said he was in a car, man, and the nigga came up to the car, he grabbed him out the car, man, shooting him. You know what I'm saying? Dragging him to the street.
See, a 2/3 will stand up for a 2/3. We ain't Negro, but we gonna call niggas what they are.
Nigga.
Niggas.
What is the word?
What does it mean?
All right.
It's an old English word, niggard, which means stingy and selfish.
Yeah.
And that's what you niggas
And
are.
late. And you niggas are late.
Late as hell. And that's why Jake, where the fuck he at? Because you don't know Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai. He used to be feared. They don't use that word. Well, we the only ones casting it out of the earth. You niggas want to exalt the fucking word.
Look, that nigga and retard is synonymous.
Yeah.
Right? You niggas are retarded.
They are retarded.
Hey, you telling us not to say nigga. Nigga don't do drugs, man. You clearly on fucking drugs, man. Or drunk. You know, but you want to talk about what the fuck we saying, man.
And see, Jake is wicked as hell. That's why we don't have no fucking soup kitchens for you niggas. Right. We out here to give you one thing and one thing only. The word of Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai. And if you don't want it, take your ass up the street and get out of here.
That's right.
Didn't Yahweh Shai say the same thing?
Yeah, because niggas was following to eat and shit. He's like, you ain't following me for the miracles that you seen, because you was fed to the food. Get your ass out of here, man. And the famine is coming for you niggas.
That's right, man.
Yo. But
you gonna make that salmon though?
Yeah,
fuck out of here.
I was gonna read since you was talking about the tornado.
Oh yeah. Bring that out. That's why niggas is getting swept away, man.
Yep. This is Isaiah 29:6.
Yep.
Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise. With storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire.
Hey, the Lord sending flames in certain parts, fires that can't be stopped. Damn, and they was already fighting the fires, and now the firefighter like, man, leaving the damn job because of damn. Yeah. This place is through, it's destroyed, it's done. Hey, man, 2022, man.
Hey, in California, specifically LA County, but the whole California is like a test experiment. They using California, they using New York City, that Tri-City area as an experiment.
On the book, pilot program, hey, look at a TV show, the pilot of a TV show, it's the commencement. It's like the implementation, the rollout, a beta testing phase.
Yep. Hey, and don't forget, like, this place is the fucking epicenter of, like, majority of the wickedness in Babylon.
It's the end of the world.
And you fucking demons, you dogs, you fucking shameless dogs, I'm gonna say it like that. You think you can come here for refuge for casting away your child? Well, the Lord gonna cast your ass.
Damn.
Motherfucker, you came to the wrong place. This is the wild, wild west. And when the brothers is lifted up, you gonna come hunt your ass down.
Hey, the Lord has you come here for your judgment. This is where you're gonna die at.
Hey, this is a wicked sanctuary.
Hey, city angel. Angel now.
Lost angel.
Right. Because it said slave utterly old and young. Both maids and little children.
And then you got the apostles in New York. What do they say about New York, the city that doesn't sleep? Hey, the angels not sleeping, they watching.
That's weird, man.
They're bringing it out on the politicians that New York and Cali are fucking brothers. They're so alike in so many ways. They're locked.
They twins and shit. One is granny, the other.
Sodom,
This Proverbs 11:23.
Perfect scripture, because the ugly ass woman thinks she can run here for refuge and shit, hiding. All you fucking alphabet people think you can come here and hide. You being seen.
Right.
Lord see your ass, man. He sees your wickedness and it's about to come to an end. Your ass either gonna get drafted in the next few weeks. That's coming, because Lord willing. Lord willing. That's on the books.
You're gonna get stuck up, robbed, and then killed.
Hey, it's a purge scenario.
Right.
It's a wild, wild west. It's gonna be turned into the ancient world overnight. Your ass ain't equal. None of you people are equal to the nation of Israel, you other nations, and then Israel in itself is not compared to the elect of Israel, especially the men doing the work of the Lord. There's a difference. We're like 1,000 years ahead of you.
We cut from a different fabric.
That's right.
Two different cloths.
That's right. Hey, these niggas is acrylic, and on the other hand, we linen. We the finest linen.
Hey, they ain't even just acrylic. They acrylic and cotton and polyester.
All types of different shit. We just pure linen.
Pure linen.
Yeah, and if you part of the elect, the cloth that we cut from is out of stock, man.
Yes.
Out of stock. It was a limited edition. If you ain't part of that number, you through, man.
And also, our people think we supposed to just open our arms and hug you. No, fuck that. We gonna curse your ass out. You like a badass little child who needs his ass for. We ain't your friend. It's not like your parents ain't friends with your child. We ain't friends. We ain't on the same playing field. And Jake just wanted somebody to tell them something good. We are telling you something good. There's a kingdom coming for our people. But before that, a lot of you got to be wiped away. Your ass has to be put down.
The desire of the righteous is only good.
The righteous. The desire of the righteous is only good. But what? What else?
But the expectation of the wicked is right.
And like the brothers at his works, he's like, I'm hoping Her expectation is wrath. Wicked wrath is your expectation. For us, 2022. The light at the end of the tunnel, like Jake on the train, like the world's beginning, and world's ending and shit. That's all you fucking people that's of this world. You like and shit. It's just darkness. It's ending. Jake is like, sun is rising. Like the world is beginning, man. This is only the beginning. And that's scripture. That's scripture. If my brother can bring that out in Esdras. Yep. End of the world. Yep.
This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 6. You want to straight to the point? Verse 9. And it reads, but Esau is the end of the world.
Who's Esau? Who is this guy? Who's Esau? Is he extinct? He died out millennia ago? No, he's still here. He is the one that's on your ugly ass TV screen, the bumbling fool himself. Biden, he's an Edomite. He's a part of that stock. Whoever else you would have, Trump and these other characters. Fauci. Them small hats over there in our land. They are Edomites. Right. It said they are the end of the world. Yeah. What does that mean? The earth is like vocab thing, the earth gonna be destroyed, Death Star style. No, it's talking about the end of an age.
That's not even, he's supposed to be an apologetic. That's not even in the script.
That's not
about the earth being destroyed.
It don't say. It said the earth abided forever. Forever.
It says,
what's the positive verse call him now? Vocab, no precept Malone?
No precept.
It says, but Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows.
Who's Jacob? Jacob is these people right here. Yikes, man. Because this damn devil was like, how the hell are they still here? Oh, like on Gladiator when he said, he's like, what am I going to do with you? You simply won't die. And yeah, my man Maximus is like, I have only but one life to take, and it is done. He's like, well, do it now. He said, pretty much soon, like, it's over. And that's where we at, because Esau wants us to get carnal and jump and go after him. Like, no, that's not our job to do that. We got to wait upon our God, our power to rise into the fray. You do already.
And that's what frustrates Esau the most, man, is the fact that we're not getting carnal. We're sticking to the script, literally, okay, and just doing what we're supposed to do, waking up the hopeful elect, man. The Lord is going to turn us up on his time.
But he's going to get his issue, though, because this motherfucker wants you to act when he say, but the Most High is stalling it out until it's his time. And then he's just going to unleash us on it.
Hey, bro, and that's beautiful. I love that spirit because that's how the walls of Jericho came down. Like they was bugging out up in Jericho, like, fuck they doing? They just walking around and leaving. And then that 7th day, they're like, well, this day is different. They walking around 7 times, and then they all stood around the wall. It was like, they ain't about to do nothing. And right then, blow the trumpet, shout, for the Lord have given you the city. Walls fucking came down after that. It was a slaughter. Except for Rahab the harlot in her house. Like, don't nobody come out when your ass is dead. Everybody else is slaughtered in that place. Right? So that's what it's gonna come to, E. You already have no walls around your city. And it's already over, and it is done.
I got 2 quick precepts. The first one is in Ecclesiastes 7 and 8. It says, better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof.
Better is the end of a thing, because at the beginning of us coming to this place and Esau landing here to take over the northern kingdom, that was horrible. Oh, man. But now we at the end of the thing, and it's glorious, it's grand.
Because, you know, man, I love the way the Lord just builds everything up to his time, man. When he says there's an end of a thing, and there is something greater than this shit, we want that. We want that so badly because it's his thing.
Like there was a Japanese psalmist that had a quote that said, everyone on this planet, deep down in their hearts, is waiting for the end of the world to come. All right, and he pulled that from the scripture.
Amongst them.
Exactly. But when you really look at it, it's true. Hey, deep down, they don't know it, but they want this shit to end.
There you go. Waiting for the manifestation. And then also when the righteous are in authority, you rejoice. But when the wicked bear, the people are. So even though they may not know it, subconsciously they're mourning. They're crying out. And finishing it off, it says, "And the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit."
The patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. Going back to that scene in Gladiator, that dude got do it now. He was looking at him like, bro, you really want me to take you out right now? And then he said, after he told him that his son got killed and his wife got killed, he said, the time for honoring yourself will soon be at an end. And he was still humble. He said, thanks, and walked away. And then the crowd was cheering for him because the world is cheering for Jake. We the underdog. And we still got to remain humble. So he's like, when that time comes, it's fucking over. Ain't no fucking mercy going to be shown, no quarter given. And we just wait for that time.
Like that skit Jake did. Full flat, jump man, heat up!
He's like, we gonna do what y'all did. I was like, what? Come again? And he's like,
yeah. Same thing y'all did.
Like, you talking about slavery? Hey, you said it. You said it.
Hey, this is what the scripture says. Real quick, this is Isaiah 33 and 1. And in Isaiah 33, the subtitle says the Most High's judgments against the enemies of the church.
Woo! Now, who's the church? Church is the elect. Right. The church is compared to as a bride going for her husband. Who is our husband? I'm not shocked. He's the bridegroom that's going to come get his bride. But we have to prepare ourselves before he comes because he already betrothed us. I'm going to come back for you. Just wait. I'll be back. But then you got 2/3 being a fucking harlot in the streets. You're going to be put down because you committed adultery. And then our people going to ultimately commit adultery by taking the MOTB. And the Lord is like, well, ain't nothing I can do with you. Put them down.
They're gonna commit that adultery with the Marcus, but they have that foreplay going on with fucking
Yeah, this is Isaiah 33 and 1. It says, woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled.
Woe to you, Babylon, aka America. You have spoiled many nations. You have spoiled many people. But you're going to be spoiled. Finally. Oh, yeah?
And dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee.
Yeah, all the other nations like doing what you wanted them to do. All right, man, okay, cool, is the deal. All right, it's on the table. And you fucked them over, just like how you did Gad and the other tribes, man. You know, made all these treaties and broke every last one. So now that the nations, even Iran was like, man, all the shit you doing is Judah over there and shit. But like, if the nations see this nigga for what he is finally.
And they're saying, I am strong.
Woo!
They just came out, I believe it's Iran.
Yeah.
Just came out with a laser beam device that could diffuse missiles on it. Fucking laser beam shoot a missile right out of the fucking sky.
Woo! Hey, bro, but that's what the Lord wants. He's got these nations ready for a battle.
Yeah.
He got them ready where he wants them at.
That's right.
Now when you read Second Edges where it says an arrow gonna be shot from one end of the earth to the other, back then it was like, oh, that was just talk.
Right.
But now you got, oh no, that's real. Because the arrow ain't talking about an ancient world arrow. It's talking about a missile.
Intercontinental.
If you got a question, Jake, ask him. Why you talking about that?
It says, when thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled.
Now, Babylon is ceasing to spoil these nations because they ain't got the power. They got the military material and weaponry, but they ain't got nobody to really man it and match it. But these other nations, they got that. And I remember when they built those jets with the lasers on it, the Russians, they're like, now we got these jets with lasers. We just need pilots to man them. That's it. So Babylon has the capability militarily on their manufacturing, but they ain't got fighting men. They ain't got nobody to really fight. They ain't no patriotic spirit no more. But these other nations, they getting into a whole nother, like, fuck that. We ready. We with it. We ready. We on your board. It was good. We need that. Because everything is leading to war. Trade wars lead to real wars. And that's what's going on your news. If it ain't Russia, then it's China. If it ain't China, then it's someone else that hates America, that hates this place.
And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee.
Now this place is making an end to deal treacherously because they ain't got to move to do it anymore. The Lord is asking a question to the nations, as it tells you in Jeremiah. How is the hammer of the whole earth broken asunder? Because ain't the world seen that when America left Afghanistan the way they left. I've been fighting these towelheads in the cave 20 years. I just got out there like that. Oh, y'all through. Done. Then they see America as it is now, civil war. They got the bumbling fool himself, Biden in office. Now it's time for the taking.
This Isaiah 19. The burden of Egypt. Behold, Yahweh rideth upon the swift cloud, and shall
read it the right way, because who's gonna really be riding the cloud?
This Isaiah 19. The burden of Egypt. Behold, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai rideth upon a cloud, a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt. And the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence.
And Lord's gonna come into Egypt. His spirit is in this place already. You know? But then, they had that footage of the chariot moving fast to the earth? Lord coming with the greatness of the strength, riding upon the cloud.
And if you notice, it was the same one that they showed the year before.
Oh,
they put it in the group meet.
Yeah,
the same one that showed up. The same exact one.
And like the brother said, the spirit of Yahweh Shai is in this place. So you got the chariots, but then what is the spirit of Yahweh Shai, the testimony and prophecy? So this place was getting visited by all these prophecies.
And can you get Thessalonians where it said, consume this man by the spirit of his mouth? Then the Lord going to destroy him with the brightness of his stomach.
That's right.
As birds flying.
And the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it.
And the heart of Egypt, their mind is melting in the midst of their own selves. Can the brother get that in Luke where it says the perplexity of distress of nations with perplexity, man? They're losing sight of themselves. Like, you know these YouTube people and these other people, vocab, he's bugging out. It's because they're knowing in their mind, like, okay, y'all pedophilia, goddamn pedophilia island and shit. Why you ain't fucking going against these people? Exactly. But then you coming against us reading the Bible, and then you thinking in your mind you got a brain cell left. You thinking, why we coming against the people going into the Bible? They just want God. They just want the world to be better. They want to save children. You looking like the demon, not us. You are looking like the goddamn villain.
I know, like they have this show on Netflix called, because Jeffrey Epstein and shit. They said Jeffrey Epstein's filthy rich. This island, you niggas would want that, but we're telling you, we're coming to you with sincerity and truth, right, to tell you that the God of the Bible, the flood of the earth, thousands of years ago, is going to destroy the place with fire. And it's simple, it's plain to us, but it's hard for you to understand. And we hate you niggas, man. We fucking hate you niggas,
and
man.
When we say niggas, it ain't just our people.
No, it's talking about Esau. It's talking about Esau because you learned from that nigga, man.
Yeah.
Niggas, the nigga is like the word nigga means stingy and selfish. That's exactly how you niggas really fucking think.
Forget boy the light and wicked too, man.
All
these niggas
they mad at us as if we the worst thing happened to our people. No, we the best thing happened to our people. That's why the Lord got to get rid of a lot of you.
Because these niggas, they rather choose Satan than go with the Most High, man.
Every time.
Straight up.
So the Lord gonna give you what you want. And remember what the Lord says to the wicked. Because our people have become more wicked than the wicked. But there is the wicked, which is Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white man, his people. But all you that join his side shall be thrust through. And it tells you that there is no peace, saith our God, to the wicked. So don't think there's some peace in the apartment and niggas singing carols. No peace coming for you.
No peace. We represent like a mirror for this place, man. That's why everybody hate us, because they hate them fucking selves. We make them like America is in like an identity crisis, man. You thought you was so great. Then the prophets hit the scene. Now you feel like you ain't shit. Now you see you ain't shit.
Yeah.
Economy failing. You like what's happening, man?
America's on trial, and we the federal prosecutor. No, hold on. So you gonna sit on the stand and shut your goddamn mouth. You gonna bring out the evidence and shit. The evidence, right? And he's like, but I pleaded it. Shut up. Overruled. Shut up. I hold you in contempt. Bring it out.
Hey, that's the spirit. Let me bring this out real quick. This 2 Thessalonians 2:8.
Yep.
And then shall that wicked be revealed.
Woo! He is being revealed. Everybody sees this demon for who he is, and if you don't see him, then you are the demon. You are Satan himself. It said when Satan cast out Satan, he cursed his own soul. So you got Satan actually fighting against Satan. Esau versus Esau. World war is coming. Civil war is coming to this place amongst the Edomites.
Yeah.
But then you got niggas that want to join sides with this demon. You are cursing your own soul because you side with this nigga. The Lord gonna take y'all out. He said, "Oh, you trust in oppression as a breach ready to fall? It's gonna fall, man.
Yeah.
You least expect it, man."
Yep.
Go ahead.
Whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth.
Hey, this word gonna keep coming out, and we ain't gonna stop bringing it out. You know, it's just like when war is coming, that trumpet don't ever stop. You know, if they sound an alarm, the bells ringing, boom, like, oh shit, you get your fucking armor on, or you gonna die. They at the city gates right now. The walls is being breached. You better get your shit on, or you got to get put down. It ain't no other time. The trumpet has been blown. Who will not fear? The Lord power is spoken. Who can but prophesy? You know?
And shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
Hey, the Lord gonna destroy with the brightness of his coming, because now the Lord is speaking unto this world, to his people, through the men of the Lord, the prophets, his mouthpiece. But when the Lord comes, what did it say that was gonna come out of the Lord's mouth? It said a sharp sword cometh out of his mouth, and with it he shall smite the nations. Man. So the Lord, when he come back and actually talk to your black self in physical form, your ass is gonna be fried, died, and
laid to the side.
Yeah, for all you wicked niggas out there saying only God can judge me, you gonna judge your ass. When you see them chariots rain down with them sabers,
hey, ask Slim 400 and ask these other niggas, Young Dolphin, these clown niggas that wanted death so bad, the Lord came and gave it to you. He gave you what you want.
But what about them that wicked Northern Kingdom Jews that was
oh man, beautiful,
he got
bro.
sprayed up,
bro. It was on some fucking
Boys in the Hood.
Oh, bro, it was on some Scarface. Remember, he's like he sprayed a couple, and they was still coming. They made sure they had.
Man.
That was a definitely.
Then they came back with man, they was looking
Oh,
like
man.
Denzel and Trey. They just get lit up.
Get lit.
That's what happened when God judges you. You want to judge.
Hey, because niggas, they fail to realize that our God, the God of the Bible, is a God of war. He's like, hey, if you want it, I can give it to you. Ain't no problem. You think Jake is scary on the fucking block, like the brother in London said. Imagine Superman on your block.
Right.
You gonna be through, man. Can you stop an Omni-Man? Can you stop?
What you gonna do? Shoot him? Stab him?
And they tried to shoot Superman, and the damn bullet bounced off his eyes.
That's
Didn't
like
even blink.
the most sensitive part of your body is like the eye, man. Hey, the scriptures say that the Lord's word is like fire, man. So
and a hammer.
You want the Lord to speak to you?
A fiery
His
hammer.
word is like fire and a hammer, man. Those are instruments of
To break your ass down.
That
Fiery
Lord
hammer.
shit.
Fire
Don't say
and
nothing.
Yeah,
Say
man.
nothing, Lord, I got you.
Man, that's it. Go ahead.
Verse 9, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan.
So who's coming is after the working of Satan? This man, Esau, Edom. He's letting you know that he's the devil. He's saying that you can be a Satan worshiper. You can do whatever the fuck you want. You know,
You can get a robot pregnant.
you can get a robot pregnant. There is no God. He's talking about if there's a crime against women that actually want to save their babies, but he giving these fucking women that want to kill children rights. Then he want to give these alphabet people rights, and then he wants you a man and two lesbian women to get together and all this type of weird ass shit, man.
Hey, the elder Yashawama brought up a good point. If you kill a bald eagle, you'll be fined and go to jail. If you kill a dog, you'll go to jail, but you could kill a baby.
And they praise you.
He was saying, no, if they were still in their egg.
Right.
But you kill a baby still in the egg, you get praise.
Hey, but just know for certain that Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is gonna kill you ugly ass women that abort your babies. I don't give a fuck what your pastor say. I don't give a fuck what anybody say. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai has spoken.
And that's a modern day sacrifice to Molech.
Yeah.
Hey, the sadistic part is that when your baby born, he want to tell you that it's able to determine its sex, though. You know, so when it's in the womb, You know, it ain't a person, but then when it's born, it's capable of telling you if it's gay, straight, or trans.
Man, hey, bro, hey,
That's madness.
This is madness.
hey, bro, like I gotta tell something. So when my seed was born, right, and my demon ass mom, or my demon's mother, put a text. The baby wasn't even 2 hours old. You gonna let her think for herself? Like, shut the fuck up!
And that's beautiful, because this world wants to break down the men.
This shit pisses me off because you gotta understand that we're doing the greatest thing a man can ever do. Literally standing up for the God of heaven and earth.
That's right.
So you want me to tell you this and that, man? So I'm thinking I'm tired of being politically correct, man.
They're making us jump through hoops just to follow the Most High's law.
What kind of shit is that?
But it's real simple, son, and it's beautiful. I'd rather stand for Yahweh Shema Shai than for this world, because it's gonna be fucking on fire.
That's right.
Go ask the Russians. Okay? Go ask those mountain in the Ukraine right now. You think they fucking playing with America? They want to nuke this place to hell and back, and
They gonna do it.
America just invested
They gonna be destroyed
like
too.
$70-something billion into war, because they know they about to go to war.
It's about to
you
be the
stupid ass women. So like, I'm gonna let you finish. You stupid ass women that think you so equal. Well, your ass is gonna get a helmet and a gun and a bullet in your ass when you go over there and face real men.
That's right.
Because at the Lord gonna have a cold spirit, like his spirit gonna be on them nations, man.
Yeah. Hey, you women gonna go up against androids and shit, man.
Oh, and droids and shit. It's gonna be fucking clone wars out there.
And did you forget that Babylon the Great is a nation in deep debt? Yet they spent trillions and trillions of dollars on the 6th branch of the military, a space force. Why would you do that if you didn't think there was a real threat coming, man?
Hey, bro, what do they call the space force? Dragon. And it's in the scriptures, man. Bring that out.
Real quick. This is Exodus 15:3. It says, Yahweh is a man of war. Yahweh is his name.
Yahweh is a man of war. Hey, hold your peace, son. Yahweh is a man of war. I think you people of this world have forgotten the God of the Bible, how he is. He's a man of war.
Right.
That's why the world is speaking about a third world's conflict. Because the Lord wants that.
Yep.
It's mentioned in Revelation.
I got it right here. This is Revelation 11:14. Says the second was past.
World War II has passed. And it's funny because the day when shit got hot, it was December 7th of this year, right? And what happened on December 7th? About what, 80 years ago.
You talking about
The attack on Pearl Harbor to make the U.S. enter into the war, man. To get it popping. But it began with that. With that inferior nation that they so-called, Ammon, they did a surprise attack on their ass and fucked them up. They tried to knock the U.S. out of the war, but the Lord was like, nah, I need them to be known. That war that's sent for peace.
Hey, what's the rumor now, though? Speaking of surprise attacks, the rumor now is that Russia might move in on Ukraine at the same time China move in on Taiwan. So what y'all gonna do? Not shit.
Oh, and then don't forget about they talking about power outages, but you got what? The EMP to knock out. Hey, that's in the
America's talking about fighting a forefront war.
How can you do that?
Europe, the Middle East, Southeast Asia, and
the Baltic states.
North Korea too. You know what I'm saying? So how you gonna fight? How you gonna fight that many enemies?
Like we always mention now, America has the oomph. They got that military, the grade weapons and shit, but they ain't got nobody to man the goddamn weapons.
I got one on that.
Go ahead,
This is in Jeremiah 51:30. The mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight. They have remained in their holes.
They remaining where the fuck they at, man. But you got embassies every fucking place, and base and all that shit. But yeah, it's funny how the Ukraine was like, man, the U.S. got to come in and help us out, and the U.S. is fucking twiddling their goddamn thumbs like y'all would have been already over there if it was like that. Because they think they dealing with Russia in the late 80s, early 90s when it collapsed and fell apart. No, you dealing with a whole nother beast.
Man, if the Ukraine joins NATO, man, Putin's gonna kill everybody.
I got an article on that.
I know you got the article. Was that it on
There's a little more. It says, their might has failed.
Their might has failed because the Ukrainian army, that's why the U.S. we need you. And then Putin is telling them, like, look what they did in Afghanistan to them people. And then China said to Taiwan, they don't be trusting them either because look what they did in Afghanistan. They just left them high and dry and fled out of it. Even in Syria. As soon as the U.S. military moved out, who moved in? Russia. So because they knew. So it's all coming together.
Says, they became as women.
Well, hey, and there's actual women in there. And the alphabet group, right? The alphabet soup. Hey, but the Russians and the Chinese and these other nations, like, nah. All men. They're like, no, you gotta get your testosterone up, fuck that.
Yeah.
We getting ready for war. All their nations are ready for war. The whole nation as a whole is like chanting, like war.
Hey,
like,
you saw their war video? They were breaking concrete blocks with their hands.
They ready, bro. They ready. And they, I remember Iran said they ready to either go to war as a nation or be destroyed as a nation. That's cold because the Persians of old.
Right.
What did my man Xerxes? He said, for glory's sake, for vengeance sake, war. That's what spirit is in the world.
Right.
Over here in stupid ass America, they try to get ready for fucking this Xmas and all that shit. But you don't know that war is on the
Hey, and just because it's been quiet in the popular news, don't think that Iran forgot about what we did to their generals.
Not we,
and
not we.
fucking business.
Oh, and then
In 1 year though, in 1 year.
Hey, then
Beginning of the year, we killed the
Not we.
command.
Not we. Not we.
Slovakia.
Esau Edom.
2020.
Yeah.
No, it was 2020. 2020. Now, at the end of 2020, they killed the nuclear this physicist.
They said that the U.S. is gonna pay in blood.
They already said that they was at war with Israel. They came out and said they've been at war with Israel.
And
All
Israel
while
said they're gonna
Iran
make
is enriching their uranium, increasing the destruction capacity of those missiles.
And it was just doing war games. The U.S. is just doing war games in the Persian Gulf. And what Iran said, that they were about to do the same, basically. Like they were about to return, retaliate for that, man.
So we right here at the door.
There's so much shit going on.
China, Iran, and Russia, they've been doing military drills together
For years. At this point,
Yeah.
right?
And then remember Putin met with the leader over there in India.
Yeah.
But then they fucking got
They killed that
assassinated
nigga,
and shit.
yeah.
But
I
that's
wonder who did that.
That's gonna make more sentiment for them to join forces.
That's right.
Like the brother read, they dealt not treacherously with thee, but when you cease to deal treacherously, they're gonna go treacherously with you.
Yeah, hey, then we living in Star Wars. You had the Republic, and then you had the Separatists, and then you had those who were neutral, and the Separatists and the Republic was going all throughout the galaxy trying to get everybody on their side.
And it's funny because they was all orchestrated by one dude, that dude Palpatine.
Yeah.
And it's funny, it said they destabilized systems. That's what is going on right now. If you join in with Babylon, your ass is being destabilized. That's why a lot of these nations is looking to Russia, as the scriptures state that he's gonna be a guard unto these nations.
Hey, it's two new governments, France and Germany. They finna issue in new systems, man. You know, because they turned to where they get elect new governments in to run it. Where you think they gonna go, man? They fed up with Joe Biden and the Trump administration.
Yeah, that's it.
They running right into Putin,
And
man.
before you get to that article, can a brother get where it says raise up the spirit of the king of the Medes? He's gonna come with an assembly of great nations to go up against Babylon. But that's what we're seeing right now. We've seen it over the last few years. Even when Trump was still in office, you were seeing that happen. They linked up with Ethiopia, Libya. They linked up with Syria. They linked up with Turkey and all those parts, the North Quarters.
And you can tell the difference when these world leaders get together for these meetings. Look at how the heads of these nations greet each other. You know what I'm saying? You can tell that the tension between Biden and Putin when they meet, Putin's in there falling asleep while they having meetings and shit. But when Biden's meeting like the Iranian general and stuff, they give each other handshakes and laughing, and doing all kind of shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then real quick, also going back to Star Wars, what was going on was a lot of assassinations of senators and shit.
That was against war and shit.
Right.
I think World War I started with an assassination.
Yeah,
right?
Franz Ferdinand, the Duke of Austria.
Yeah, something like that. It might have been one country at that time.
Yeah,
Austria.
and then how did the Germans actually attack Poland? The reason that they got that is because while that dude Hitler was the chancellor, he was taking back certain lands that was Germany's at the time. Just like Putin is doing.
Yep.
He's
it's building up,
right
man.
there. Go ahead.
The article.
The scriptures first.
Ezekiel. You want me to start at the top?
Go to where the assembly of great nations.
This is Ezekiel 38 and
No. It's in Jeremiah where it says the king of the Medes. Who has that?
You talking about this one?
No, that one's good too. But I want to get he's gonna raise up the spirit of the king of the Medes, which is the Russians. You know?
Jeremiah 51.
Hey, brother, hold that. Jeremiah 51. See, brothers is linked in, you know, locked in.
Yeah.
That's it. We won organism.
I got it right here.
Go ahead. So go ahead.
This is Jeremiah 51 and 11. It says, make bright the arrows.
Now, what are those arrows? Those nuclear weapons. They got nuclear physicists on it. And, you know, working around the clock to make it ready.
Hey, bro, through spirit, me and my lady was out the street yesterday, and we saw a license plate that said 8 flower 18 times 8 is 144, and it said 7, right? And it said on the back of the window it said raising the arrows, and my lady was like, "What does that mean?"
Raising the arrows,
bro.
Our arrows shall blot out the sun. For real.
Make bright the arrows, gather the shield.
Hey, they gather the shields because when it said that is going, the brother had in Ezekiel that is going to have them with helmet and shield. When the Russians went in there with the Chinese, they gave them a missile defense system. Like we have a missile defense system that's going to take out certain missiles, but then they got an offensive. We're going to shoot things back at them. So you need a defense and an offense. It's like a shield, defense, and it can be all offense. That's why the Lord, David said, the Lord is my buckler and my shield. It is a defensive weapon and an offensive weapon at the same time. So when it's talking about shields, you can go into that. They have protection and they can throw something back at you. That's why these nations ain't afraid. He said, let the weak be strong.
Yep.
That's how become weak and weak.
That's
The Lord hath raised up the spirit of the king of the Medes.
So since and Putin came in there in 1999, I think the dude that was leader of Russia before him was Gorbachev or something like that. But you know what's funny? He was a what?
Yeah,
the whole time. But then the Lord was like, no, fuck that, get him out and let me put the real in there. Putin has been there. They love a long time.
He just signed into law last year, like a thing where he could run for term 2 more times. So he ain't going nowhere.
He ain't going nowhere.
I saw
they love
the Lord is working on this man's mind to do what he do, man.
It's a video of Putin with the Russian military at the shooting range, he's trained.
Yeah, that nigga cold.
Yeah, they showed him. they showed him shooting. They showed him doing jiu-jitsu. All kind of shit. Meanwhile, our president's getting his ass wiped by his secretary and shit because he shit on stuff.
Not our president. Their president. He's fucking people's leader.
That nigga, he fly helicopters and Biden falling upstairs to get to the
plane.
And that shows that in the ancient world, bro, he's a true king, bro. He's a true warrior. Because that's what they did back in the day. You ain't had no fucking old ass decrepit fucking Joe Biden
and that's
in the office.
And that's beautiful because the Lord is lifting up his spirit, just like Cyrus the Great. Like though Darius took the city of Babylon, it was gifted to Cyrus. Like this city is taken in the name of the king, Cyrus. But Cyrus led the attack.
Yeah.
He's the one, you know, conquering all them lands around about until they got to Babylon. And then when you go into the history, Belshazzar, his father was actually the king, but he left and went into the wilderness to worship a damn idol and left his young son there, and he was partying being a nigga. And then that's when the writing on the wall came, and that very night his ass was put to death. Because they was already laying siege to the wall.
And the beautiful thing through the spirit, we found out that same thing happened again with the High the angel sent that message to Paleo Hebrew. You know, them scientists, which was said the call was
like the qual, yeah,
qual.
which is tekel,
Yeah.
meaning that the Lord had pretty much waged the balance through. Yeah, you found lacking one time.
The Lord hath raised up the spirit of the king of the Medes.
Woo! The Lord have raised up his spirit. Can a brother get that? The Lord works on the minds of the kings.
For his device against Babylon to destroy it.
Woo! His device against Babylon to destroy it. What is that device that's going to be used? Arrows. This make bright the arrows.
Everybody should know it by now, anyways. I mean, you got to consider whenever a weapon or any kind of instrument of war is made or created, it's made for a purpose and it's used. I mean, these missiles aren't being made just for show. Like Elder Mawatazak says, we're not going to be here in 100 years and they got the nukes in the museum. And we sit there looking like, man, what could have happened? Nah, man. You know what I'm saying? These missiles are going to be used, every single one of them.
Hey, this is how you know it is going to be used, because even back in 1961 when they had that the bad pigs, right? When it was like a standoff between the Russians and America with that dude JFK, they thought it was gonna fucking happen. Yep. And then the dude JFK came on the TV and he was like going over his speech, but he said if a trumpet is blown and given a certain sound, who shall prepare himself for the battle? That's in the scripture. And he even know what he said. He said it like damn, like they thought it was gonna go down there, but unbeknownst to them, prophecies had to come into play, and these nations had to get up to a technological era where they was like, they ready now. Yep. They ready.
Hey, just laying back and off you. An article, that's what it's going to compare the situation to now is the reversal of the bad pig.
Woo! It's to that point. Yeah. The tensions is right
that's
there.
That's how. And what did the U.S. do with Cuba? They invaded, man. You know, the bad pigs was an operation that went down, man.
Yeah, and they had to invade because the Russians had control of that, and it was only like how many nautical miles from Florida? Like the US. They was in their backyard, so they're like, oh shit, we gotta do something. Yep. Send the jets and shit. So you thinking that Putin is gonna let you just come into his backyard and shit, and not six.
Let's go.
Satan is, you know,
like, yeah, it's gonna happen.
Satan.
Biden might get that brain chip to get an upgrade.
That's what I was telling the brothers. I'm like, hey, just to get niggas to take it, they might get this nigga Biden and shit. So yeah, he was demented. Gave him their brain chips. Go out and get your brain shit.
It says, because it is the vengeance of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai.
It's the vengeance of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. All the blood has been spilled of this people, his people, so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American, has been spilled in this land. The blood, and then it tells you, I believe in Numbers, the blood defileth the land. And it cannot be cleansed except by the blood of him who shed it.
This wicked motherfucker built his cities on the foundations of dead Israelites,
right, bro. And then the cities that Jake built without this demon, he flooded them out. They fucking lakes and shit.
Yep.
The cities Jake built is under the damn water, man.
And even the ones that are still standing, these castles and all, that was built by Jake, man.
Yep. Hey, here in America, we're standing on a graveyard. Matter of fact, close to us at what is it called? Long Beach State, the University in Long Beach. Yeah. Their basketball stadium is built right on top of a Gadite graveyard, and it's in the shape of a pyramid.
What is it? It's in the shape of a pyramid.
And also the 405 freeway is going over a Gadite burial ground.
Hey, the whole construction right over there in the OC area, 405, and it's all fucking blocked off right there in the center. because they found Gadite bones. Man.
Hey, the whole city of Watts is a Gadite burial ground.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I can see that.
Jungle and shit.
Yeah, man.
It says the vengeance of his temple.
Ain't nothing but Gadites in Watts.
Of the Lord's temple. Now, who destroyed the temple? Hey, can a brother get that in First Esdras 4 and 44? Yes. Oh yeah, the heart of the king. Go ahead.
This is
and then that article right after. Go ahead.
This is Proverbs chapter 21, verse 1. And it reads, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua.
So the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua wants this war to happen. He mustered the host of the battle.
That's right.
So the Lord like, come on down.
He showed their instructions when they was catching Z's last night.
Yeah.
As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will.
The Lord will turn it like, I want you to bring this war. There ain't no playing anymore. It's war, man. That's what's on the table, man.
That's right.
Glory's sake, vengeance sake, war. Hey, man, war of the worlds, real. And like you said, that chariot appeared again, like sit, cut. So hey, the angel and them, they ready. Yeah. Shoot, hey, we ready. We just gotta wait.
Also, too, when you look at America's history, if I'm not mistaken, every time we went to war, which has been most of the inception of the U.S. anyway, we've been at some kind of global conflict. It's always because we're in debt, you know. And look at the debt ceiling of America now. It's at the highest that it's ever been, and it's still counting. Okay. And what a lot of people don't realize is a lot of our debt is being held by China, which we're having, tension with right now. You know.
Hey, and to land back off of that, a lot of these Chinese companies that own the debt is defaulting on their shit. So they can't pay the debt that they own for us.
Right.
So what happens with that? It trickles down.
Hey, isn't the deadline this month?
It already passed. They already defaulted. Oh, you talking about for America?
Yeah.
In America it went to
February,
but China already defaulted on their shit, bro.
Hey, and guess who's gonna trickle down on the citizens, the people. You people who we all got birth certificates, social security cards. The debt's gonna fall on you. You're a corporate slave.
Yeah.
That's all those fucking DMV fees being raised.
Right.
The fucking gas.
Taxes.
Taxes.
Yeah, America is screwed right now because China is a mirror of the U.S. Because that's why I said Moab is my wash pot over Edom.
Yeah.
So it means you go into the word wash pot. It means like a boiling up or a hook.
Yeah, like
in there.
An intense instrument. That's like one of the breakdowns for it.
Hey.
My spirit call is checking it out.
Wait, say it again.
It's going to be an intense instrument.
Intense
instrument over Edom.
Over Edom. And then it said Philistia, which goes into the land of the Philistines, which is our land, the Middle East. It said that the Lord gonna cast Edom out of there, and then it said the Lord gonna triumph over Edom. Right there in that region. That's what it's all leading to the conflict in that region, right? It's beautiful. And then in the next, I think, verse says the Lord, it said, who will lead me into Edom? So the Lord gonna go up in there, man. Then you have Isaiah 63. Who is this that comes from Edom with dyed garments and bonds, a great slaughter, man? What's that mean, vocab? What does that mean? Even my man Kuzik said the Lord must return when Edom is ruling. He's about then he took back his words and shit. He was right. He was on point.
Shit, if it already happened, then you just proving our point that the Lord don't love every nation.
Yeah, because he coming for Edom.
Right. That's a on him and shit.
Bring that article.
That devil proof.
This is an article by tapnewswire.com, and it's entitled "Russia Troubles Coming Fast."
Ooh,
Trump got a picture of a nuke going on.
Trouble.
Hey, I got another article speaking on that nuke, bro. Just right after this, Russia foreign ministry relations between Russia and the West at a critical point.
Critical.
I'll go into that word if you want.
Why do you think Russia just supplied India with $6 billion worth of S-400 missile defense system?
And you can't
everybody connect.
Getting ready for this fucking
and they're sharing their war technology with China.
And you can't forget that Iran is like the top tier of Persia. But them Elamites, they're all Elamites. So they're getting they getting it too, like that's it. And then you had the Koreas, I remember that dude, that Demon King Jong-un and shit.
Yeah.
He was talking. They were talking about peace talks about them united, and go into that movie. Not Red Dawn, but Olympus Is Falling. Remember how they was already doing deals with Korea, and then the dude was like, United Korea, baby. That's what's gonna be. These nations gonna link up to go against this order, man. You see it going down, man.
This is the definition for that word critical. I'm reading again. Russia ministry relations between Russia and West at critical point. That word critical means important or essential for determining of nature of a crisis in a condition of extreme doubt or danger.
It's a crisis, extreme doubt. Woo! Or danger. Can the brother get that and loophole that with the perplexity, distress, and nature? You have it, Adam? You bring it out, bro. So I get the word. Go ahead.
Involving judgment to the truth or merit of something.
Involving judgment or truth to the merit. So the world is looking at Putin like, I say, almost damn near to rid us, of this demon, man, of America, Babylon. But really, the saviors is gonna stand upon Mount Zion, man. Because who's really gathering these nations to come in today? Their formations is the men of the Lord. So lift ye up a banner on the high mountain. You go into the banner. That's like a flag that's letting the armies know, like, take the city. It's taken. Come up,
The green light.
It's the green light, yeah.
That of having knowledge, ability, or discernment to pass judgment. And then it says it's related in a nuclear sense.
Damn.
Yeah.
Just in case you didn't get the memo.
That's the case, And then back in the article, Russian Foreign Ministry, if the U.S. reject the issue of security guarantees, they will be imminent deterioration of situation.
Hey, that's exactly what these devils, especially the high up elites, they want this to happen. Bring in that order, right?
Yep.
That's when they take out of the banks. They take everything out because blood is about to be in the streets. That's when they take out the most money.
The divest.
There you go. They divest because they know war is on the brink.
Yep.
And they're gonna be on both sides and shit.
Yep.
They think they're on both sides, but really the Heavenly Father that's mustering the host of the battle. Oh, and then the same talk, Salakia, going back to World War II, the Japanese was over here talking to FDR and his fucking cabinet, like the hostilities between your nation and our nation is becoming increasingly hostile.
Yep.
And then they said peace talks useless, hostilities imminent, and boom, that's when the attack on Pearl happened to knock their ass out. And they was crippled for a time.
That's what they saying again.
And that's what Russia is saying, like, man, it's about to get increasingly hostile. Man.
You people don't realize that in the last few months, the U.S. has tried to slap sanctions on all these nations that the brothers have been speaking about empowering their nuclear arsenals. Man. You people have no fucking idea what's about to all this.
Motherfuckers ain't got a clue.
No idea. Man. Go ahead.
If putting a sanction on another nation is an act of war.
Yeah, right.
Man, Jake is
That's like cutting off trade routes and shit.
Yeah,
like, hold up. And then that's not a light thing, man.
Hey, when you think about it, Esau put a sanction on us by saying that if you don't got proof for this jab, you can't do X, Y, and Z. That's a sanction.
That's like siege warfare, right? You
siege
warfare. Yeah, that's how you. That's what you do before you attack.
And what did you fucking Americans do? You bent right over.
They gave in, huh?
Hey, they alphabetical anyway.
It's like a mini draft.
Yeah. And it's about to get more and more hot. And the draft is coming for you ugly ass women too. I want to be so equal. Now you can equally get a bully or a drone strike, or a damn robot dog kill you. Or a damn dude with an exoskeleton suit to break your shit all the way down.
Yeah, man, you really think you niggas, man, gonna really rely on a woman to help you when you get shot? She gonna drag you out of the trenches? Like, come on, man.
Shit.
Or
a goddamn Mo.
Yeah, or carry you on her back and lead you out like Forrest Gump. Man, it's not gonna happen, man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, you women are cruel, man.
That's right.
Oh, and then even if you don't get sent over there, to do that horrible place, hell, because war is hell. Why you think that's the same? War is hell. It's like fusion, and it's about to be fucking crazy. It's fucking drones. Hey, remember at the beginning of the Terminator, like, fucking droids and shit.
Yeah.
Bro, this shit is crazy. Chaos, man. But then, hey, war is hell, and that's what's coming. But if you here in the States or wherever you are, it's gonna be war in the streets in these actual
it might be worse.
It's gonna be worse.
It's arguably worse.
But for them,
Race
yeah,
wars, class wars,
It might be
wars.
zombies.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey, at least the military will feed you, you know?
yeah, yeah, God,
Meat off of the idols though.
yeah.
Russian foreign ministry, this is all the Russian foreign ministry saying this.
Yeah.
If we don't agree on security guarantees now, there could be big confrontation.
Big confrontation, security measures, right? Wait,
And this is the U.S. Senator from Mississippi.
I'm talking about you gonna rain.
Rain down the destruction.
I get the, hey, but it's funny how he said rain, destruction. That's biblical because the Lord gonna rain destruction upon this. It said the earth is gonna be burned. You may live. How it's gonna be burned with what? The nuclear missiles, the arrows is gonna be shot.
Hey, when it speaks to the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah in those cities, it says rain down fire.
It said fire rain from heaven. Yep. And destroy it. Oh. Destroy it. Hey, wipe them out. Right?
This is by RT News, and it's entitled U.S. Senator Won't Rule Out Nuclear Strike Against Russia.
Okay, a nuclear strike.
That was said.
Bro, that's not, man, you know, them was fighting words.
Hey,
man.
but then again, if you have a fucking brain cell in your goddamn head, brain nuclear destruction. This is a military installation, military placements and all that. What the fuck? You think they ain't gonna rain destruction on fucking cities and shit?
Right.
Like it's one way.
Hey, remember in World War II, the Germans did that blitzkrieg on London. They did it on the fucking cities, man. They didn't do it on military installations, man. I mean, they hit the military installations to knock them out, but they was fucking bombing cities.
Hey, if America nuked a Russian military base, Russia might decide we're gonna fuck Alaska.
Yeah,
Let's start with Alaska
and send an EMP to knock out the power. Woo! Because you got to remember the scriptures say that the Lord said He's gonna fill the land with men as with caterpillars, and that's military. So if they knock out the power with the EMP, they're gonna be landing. They got amphibious landing craft. Like I said, the robot dogs and shit.
What was that movie where it was the Russians?
Red Dawn.
Yeah, yep.
And then you had Olympus is Fall with the Koreans. So yeah, the United Korea, baby. But hey, man, they ready to go. Go ahead.
Asked what military action against Russia would compromise, Wicker said it could mean that we stand off with our ships in the Black Sea and we rain destruction on Russian military capability.
Okay, so say you rain destruction on Russian military capabilities. The Russians is telling your ass, remain in them ships because you ain't gonna have no fucking home to go back to. You gonna fucking rain destruction on this place is gonna be destroyed. So you make Russia your new home because that's where your ass gonna be at.
Hey, if America do that, NATO gonna be pissed off.
Yeah.
If America do that, NATO,
Because NATO has to stand up against these these demons. Like, we the ones on the front. That's why the Ukraine, like, the U.S. don't do something.
Hey, NATO, every move Babylon been making, NATO been pissed off. With Trump ordering that strike, NATO wasn't happy about that.
Not at all. That made it increasingly more.
They're not even happy. They're not even happy with the conversation he had with Putin.
Right.
You know, the shit he was talking. They ain't even happy with that.
See?
Yep, they're not happy with sanctions on Iran.
And then this dude, the bumbling Biden himself, he ain't doing what's needed. So, damn, it's like, let's go, Brandon.
Hey, so now we see how even America's allies is going to shoot nukes at them.
Yeah, become increasingly weird.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And it just came out that the Queen of England said that she's not going to be seen in the public until February of next year.
Oh, shit.
What does that mean?
She's been to go
Hey,
drown
she had
in
to
the
Upgrade to adrenochrome.
I'm about to die.
I'm about to die. Hey, and then you got the actual elites is fucking going into these bunkers. What the fuck is going on? You got CEOs leaving their job and go, where the fuck are they going? And then again, like the brother said, they're gonna rain nuclear destruction on military bases. What doesn't make them just turn and be like, fucking, we gonna hit fucking civilized cities and shit, boom, it's over. But and then the question is to you niggas out there, and then just to the populace at large, where you gonna go? How you gonna hide? Here's another question. How are we gonna get out of here?
Where they go? Where y'all gonna go?
Nuke over here, what you know they gonna do. The question is, where we gonna do? Now we can get into the chariots. Because that's our ticket out of here. That's our ticket uptown, man. Because we ain't about to go fucking down in the ground like the moles that he is into the underworld. We gonna go up, yo.
Hey, land backing off of what you said, like every military installation is in a populated city. What's the closest military base? San Diego, right?
Yes.
That's a major city.
And that's where the U.S. Naval Fleet is.
Yeah, Pearl Harbor.
Now Pearl Harbor was in Hawaii, right?
But that's a major city, though.
And it's funny because now it's like a memorial with them fucking battleships still right there. It's just got their grave on. So now they got the Pacific Fleet on the coast of California right there. So you don't think they're gonna strike that shit again? Yeah. Now if something goes down in Ukraine, which is one theater, you don't think they're gonna bring the war to the States, man?
Hey, in Slovakia, bro, it's so in LA County, it's so many military bases. This one in Seal Beach, Long Beach, the port of Los Angeles.
Oh. And so what would the U.S. do if Russia nuked one of them, man? That's equivalent to what the senator said.
Yeah, you're right.
We gonna nuke
if they hit the Long Beach ports, which is one of the best ports in the world, though the way it operates is one of the best ports in the world. Just worldwide. That's why a lot of the ships go through the Long Beach port.
Yep.
But if they would have hit that shit, bow through. Just cripple that shit. You through, man. No need. Like it's all over. Then they send an EMP and land. So and then on that movie Pearl Harbor, when they was discussing going to war, they already declared war with Japan, right? The man told the president, he said, he's like, is there not fear when you about to go to war? Like. He said, pretty much you gotta have that sentiment that you gotta do anything at all costs. But then he said, Mr. President, if the Japanese were able to invade us right now, because Japan is closer to the West Coast than the East Coast, say if they were to invade us right now, they'll reach as far as Chicago before we can stop them. Yeah. And that was back then. World War II to an enemy they thought as inferior. And they said if they were to invade right now, they will reach Chicago. That's damn near the majority of the Japanese back then. That's what they were saying. They will reach Chicago before they can even put up a defense to stop them. So how much more now? Come on, and this place is more weaker than it was then. They're more ready to go back then.
Yeah, hey, they was manly back then. Now and shit, they would get no resistance, man. Bunch of women on the
front line. Yeah, true, man. Yeah.
G.I. Jane.
G.I. Jane. Hey, this is not a fucking. It's not a black widow fucking movie and shit. Yeah, this is reality. You have something?
Yeah. This is Isaiah 6:15. It says, "For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind."
With his chariots. What are those chariots? Ain't the Asian them. But what are they? Is actually the damn 2 wheels and 2 horses type chariot? No. What does the Lord make? Can the brother get Psalm 104? The Lord make it what his chariots? Go ahead.
Isaiah 15:65, 6 and 15. So, for behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to rend his anger, render his anger with fury, and rebuke with flames of fire.
Now the Lord gonna rebuke many nations with flames of fire. What is it talking about? The lasers from these chariots, which the world has ignorantly called UFOs, man. Like Death Star for real, planet killer. What about the armies of the world gonna be dust in a moment of time.
Well, verse 16.
Go by fire, go by his sword.
And by a sword, sword is a killing instrument, right? Go ahead, huh?
Will the Lord plead with all flesh?
Will the Lord plead? Now you're going to that word plead, and not plead. No, it means to judge. All flesh, what?
And slain, the slain of the Lord shall be many.
And read that again.
I want to tell you the story.
Quiet.
Verse 16, 66 and 16. For
For
by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh.
The Lord is going to judge all the flesh that's not written in the book. Well,
And slain of the Lord shall be many.
and the slain of the Lord will be many. Ain't even a number, it's many. A lot of people. So they through. These people, what world? This world. Beginning with the hopeful elect. So, yeah. Go ahead, huh?
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 104, verse 3. And it reads, who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters, who maketh the clouds his chariot, who walketh upon the wings of the wind.
Now, read that again.
God, Psalms 104, verse 3. Who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters.
And Lord laid the beams in the waters, the tractor beams, so to speak. Go ahead, huh?
Who maketh the clouds his chariot.
So the Lord makes the clouds his chariot, just like the clouds float, they fly. Then, like Barak says, it's a cloaking device. They really be there, look like a cloud to you, but it ain't in plain sight, hiding, plain sight, ship. Because when you go into what Paul was mentioning, can a brother get that 1 Corinthians 10? Go ahead, huh?
It says, who walketh upon the wings of the wind.
Hey, walking upon the wings of the wind means that they fly, they float. And remember on that old what is it called? Oh, the Twilight Zone from the 60s. Remember when them How to Serve Man and them aliens came? It was supposed to be Jake, and they had the lie detector on their head, and they're like, tell us, how did you get to Earth? And then he said, we walked. And he's like, we're gonna ask you that again. He said, how did you get to Earth? He said, we took spaceships. Right. But he said we walked. So I said they walk upon the wings of the wind. That's how they skywalk, man. They walking, you know.
This is 1 Corinthians 10 and 1. It says, moreover, brethren, I would not that you should be ignorant.
So you cannot ignore this fact. Paul is stating a truth, a proof, history. Go ahead. I don't want you to be ignoring this one fact. Don't even be ignorant of this very thing. It happened. Go ahead.
How that all our fathers were under the cloud.
He said the cloud. And then the Lord said he maketh the cloud his chariot. Now we know that the cloud by day and the fire by night was a chariot that was leading Israel in the wilderness out of Egypt. So he said we were under the cloud. It ain't just a regular cloud you see every day, man. Go ahead.
And all passed through the sea.
And we passed through the sea because when the sea opened up, the chariot went behind Israel to ward off, the Egyptians. And then they said that it went dark for the Egyptians, and then where Israel was, the light was shining. So like the apostle said, the one part of the chariot turned off the back, and then the front chariot, the lights was on, like go forward. So that's spiritual. I'm like, ooh.
And were all baptized unto Moses in the cloud and in the sea.
They were all baptized because you had to go through the water, way in the water, right?
And Salaki, me and the brothers was talking about this Wednesday. Just think about that. In the ancient world, we were known by the rest of the nations as the people chariots followed. Everywhere we went, chariots were there. Chariots were above our temple. Just picture that you in the ancient world, the heathen looking like, look, it's a chariot.
Yeah,
so-called flying saucer. Everywhere we went, it was there.
Yeah, and then it said that the children of Israel, our forefathers, didn't move until the chariot moved. And when it stopped, we stopped.
Yep, and they actually show that in this older movie. Well, it's not older, but it's called Stargate. In the first one, it was an ancient civilization, but they show how the chariots was just there, just chilling.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, and also in the relics of I believe it was Zebulon or Issachar, the Aztecs and the Mayans, they said that they had a great king and that he never died, that he drove a chariot away, and it said he's gonna come back. I wonder who that's about.
Have you ever seen that movie Prometheus?
Yeah,
Yeah, that is cold too. That's hella spiritual.
Oh, and then don't forget on the what's the movies? Oh, the Predator movie. Remember Jake went into the chariot. There was 12 seats in the chariot. And he went in there and was like, "Oh snap!" But they didn't kill him. They didn't kill Danny Glover's character. But he wanted to kill fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger. But it Danny Glover went up in there.
Hey, the same thing with Alien versus Predator. Sanaa Lathan. Yeah, the Predator was fighting with her.
Oh yeah.
He gave her that mark of a warrior.
He wanted to protect her.
Hey, in the last Predator movie that came out, Rose didn't like it. It was kind of trash, but the final scene, it showed the Predator in his chariot, and he was communicating with the people on the outside, and it had to be translated. And he was typing in on like a keyboard in the ship everything he wanted to say. And bro, I kid you not, it was Paleo Hebrew.
Well, they said it's kind of based off like bitumen. With the dreads and shit.
Now that's a fucking heathenism.
Right.
But it's spiritual. There you go. Hey, there it goes. But that was it. Oh, can you get the cloud in there?
The word?
Yeah.
It's like it shows that in one of the Predators too.
No, but
voodoo dude
the actual
had
cloud.
dreads too.
Yeah, but really, it's striking dread and fear into the enemy. Not some ugly ass hair. Dread and fear. That's the deeper fear.
Hey, so this is the word for cloud in 1 Corinthians 10.
And let's see what it says.
10:1.
Hey, Shemai, I sent you something. If you don't got it, then I'll send it to you.
So in the Greek, it says Nephile.
That's the word in the Greek for cloud. But is it a regular cloud? The cloud is we just see every day. Because can a brother get asked when the Lord left? It said that a cloud received it. So you really gonna just be gazing up at a regular cloud you see every day? There's got to be something else. Go ahead.
And the brother brought out a point, and the Greek word is Nephile, and it's kind of sounds like Nephilim.
Yeah. The default.
Right, but it says used of a cloud which led the Israelites in the wilderness.
Come on, man. So they ain't a regular cloud. And it
said a light too. When speaking of that, so it's a cloud that's a light. Which is it? Is it a light or a cloud?
Well, hey, you said something spiritual, brother. You said something spiritual, like when the chair, the front of the chair is lights, right? When the back is darkness, right?
Yeah.
We're in that place now. We have the light, and the people behind us got darkness, man.
Yeah, because the Lord was keeping back the Egyptians. They didn't know what the hell was going on, man. But then in front, to keep Israel going through the sea, chariot gave them light. Spirit. That was it. Now let's see how y'all. Hey, the same word for cloud, coming for clouds, and the cloud that received Yahweh Shai out of the sight. The Acts verse is the same word. It says cloud, which was used to lead the Israelites in the wilderness. So that's what Yahweh Shai is going to come back on as they're going to stay. You can go to
This is the book of Acts, chapter 1, verse 9. And it reads, and when he had spoken these things, while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight.
Now, we actually started at 6. Yeah. Read on down to get the point.
Build up. Acts 1, starting at verse 6. And it reads, when they therefore were come together, they asked of him, saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel?
Now, the disciples were so adamant of getting the kingdom, because the Lord had rose, they're like, Lord, at this time will you restore unto us the kingdom? Because all our people knew about that. Israel's going to be back on top. Messiah has to come. He's going to be the king. He's going to come from the line of David. So they thought, hey, it's right now, shit. But they didn't know, unbeknownst to them, time had to pass, prophecies had to come into play. We had to fall away. Paul said that. He said, it cannot come unless I'm falling away first. That day cannot come. The day that they're asking.
Kingdom is only for Israel.
Yeah.
Continuing in verse 7, it says, and he said unto them, it is not for you to know the times or the seasons which the Father hath put in his own power.
Now, can the brother find that in second edges, where it says he measured the times and he numbered the times. He will not stir them until the said measure is fulfilled. Everything has to come into play according to the word, Lord. That's right. You can't jump over one product. No, I want the World War III to come before the MOTV. No, it has to come first, and then the other one comes right after. Go ahead.
But ye shall receive power after that the Holy Spirit has come upon you.
Hey, so they receive power then to preach the gospel, to heal, to do what Yahushua did, to a greater extent, to spread forth his name. Like, hey, the glory of the Son of Yahweh is in the name of Yahushua Mashiach. Ye shall be saved from your sins. But now we're doing the same thing because the Lord is about to tell them what they're going to do. Right?
And ye shall be witnesses unto me both in Jerusalem and in all Judea and in Samaria.
Oh, which is the northern part of Israel. And they did that back then. You read it in the book of Acts of what they did. It was all throughout Jerusalem, Judea, Samaria, northern Israel, and what?
And unto the uttermost parts of the earth.
Now they went to the known world at that time, the Roman world, all right, the Greek city-states, but they didn't come to the Americas. They didn't go beyond to the islands of the sea and Asia and Japan and China and all these places was unknown at this time. Now the Northern Kingdom was over in the Americas by that time, but that side of the world didn't know that, and the disciples didn't go to the Americas to preach the word. But it said uttermost parts of the earth. That's talking about this time right now. We at the uttermost parts of the world right now. We at the farthest western reaches of the world that you can go. Till you go right back around. Go to Russia and all those other places. So we're at the ends of the world right now, preaching unto the uttermost parts, doing the same thing that the disciples did back then. Go ahead. That's it.
And when he has spoken these things,
and once he said, okay, and once that is done, then just like it tells you in another place, and once this gospel is preached into all the world, then the end shall come, and then the end is the return of Yahushua.
That's right. While they beheld, he was taken up.
Like they just walking, like that, and then they just stopped. If it's a regular cloud, you ain't about to be like what, like gazing up. Go ahead.
And the cloud received him out of their sight.
Because they seen marvelous and miraculous things the Lord did. You know, that was great, man. Who's this that can stop the storm and see? What did they see? He was taken up into a cloud, and they was just like, what? Just starstruck, man. For real.
When you go into Exodus 13, and you go into pillar of the cloud. Pillar is like a structure, a platform, and a cloud is, you know, like it was nothing else flying back then.
Yeah.
You know,
it was a platform.
It was a platform in resemblance of a cloud because it was in the sky. That's common sense.
Yeah.
You know,
that's why it's known as a cloud.
Yeah, and that's what a fire by day.
Your light,
or or it's like I forget how it's worded.
No, you got it.
You know what I'm saying? That it's a physical. When it says a pillar, that shows you it's not just a cloud right there.
Oh, and don't forget how Ezra described it. He said, "I seen as if it were a great mountain carved out, and he flew up upon it." He said the Lord flew up on it. And he told me there's a flowing mountain out here.
It just don't make sense. Like the brother said, a cloud by day, a fire by night.
So it changes.
Yeah, so at night, you mean to tell me at nighttime the cloud turns into fire?
How you see a cloud at night, man? With the cloud don't move, you don't just stay there the whole time.
It don't move yet.
Yeah, a cloud ain't solid either, man.
Or a mountain.
And don't forget when it mentions in Revelation 1:7, say he comes with clouds again, it mentions clouds again. Then in Revelation 19, it said he's on a white horse. Yeah. So a horse is something you own. You riding on a horse, right? Then Ezra said he's seen the Lord on a mountain. Yeah. It looked like a mountain. I was looking to the regional place, I couldn't tell where.
And then Zechariah said a flying robe.
Hey, Ezekiel said a wheel and a
And
wheel.
a wheel.
So
That's a sort of
Why
flying saucer.
yeah, cuz. Come on, man.
Hey, did the brother recently post something in the group chat with like two sons? Something like
Yeah,
that?
Chariot.
Yeah, I seen one like that the other day too, man. You know,
Like
like
a star.
Yeah, at the beach, man.
And don't forget when the Lord was born, it said the wise men followed the star to where the Messiah was coming. It wasn't a star, it was a chariot. Because I mean, that's the only way they can describe it. Cloud looks like a cloud. It's a star.
Right.
It's a light.
And sometimes when we see the chariots like out here, it could look like a star.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It says, and while they looked steadfastly toward heaven as he went up,
As he went up,
behold,
let me pretty much it beamed up. Beamed me up. You know?
two men stood by them in white apparel.
Hey, that's like right when the Lord left, then just two men came going up. But yet they still looking up. Then two men, white, like, hey, what's going on? Go
Just pop up.
Which also said, ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven?
What y'all looking at? Why y'all dumbfounded, or why y'all so amazed? Because it's something they never seen. And you telling me when it tells you, and he shall come with clouds, and every eye shall see him. If they were just stuck, you don't think the world's gonna stop when they see the glory that is. Every eye shall see it. Stop, man.
This same Yahweh Shai, which is taken up from you into heaven, shall so come in like manner.
He gonna come in the same fashion that he left. Same thing you see him go up in. He gonna come back on, because in the wilderness he was the one driving this chariot. As Paul stated, you're all under the cloud.
It says, shall so come in like manner as ye have seen him go into heaven.
That's it. Now get that revelation.
Got that second interest.
Come, bro.
This is Revelation chapter 1, verse 7. And it reads, behold, he cometh with clouds.
Now, it said that he went into a cloud. The cloud received him. Then the angels and them, they said, hey man, this saying y'all shine. He gonna come back in like manner the way you seen him go. Like in this sense, like he ain't about to be alone though. Like the angels and them. Lord with clouds, he gonna come with clouds, which is the armies of heaven.
Right.
They gonna be riding on,
Damn, bro.
That was the army.
It says, and every eye shall see him.
Because if the disciples just been with the Lord, see all these things, they like, man, imagine the world like. But it's gonna be two different types of emotions: joy and terror.
It says, and they also which pierced him.
Woo! So the ones that nailed the Lord up there and pierced him with that spear, and they were like, through, oh, this was the Son of God. They gonna see the Lord come in this time. Because he even told the disciples, ye shall rejoin me in the regeneration. So the ones that pierced him was in that generation with the disciples, and they gonna see the Lord come. Well, that's why I said two types of emotion: joy, terror, and pain.
It says, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him.
Now you go into the word kindreds, the brother can get that. It goes to Fule, which means all descendants coming from the 12th patriarch from the 12 tribes of the patriarch Jacob. So these tribes is gonna wail like a mud. That's right. The wailing and gnashing the teeth, because they're gonna know they messed up. Yep. The one you denied to know, you laughed at this man on the corners. Are y'all crazy? Y'all through? But you gonna see the Lord come, and he told those wicked ass scribes and Pharisees that he's like, I adjure you by the living power. Tell us if you be the son of the blessed one, Hamashiach. He says, I am. And that's when he's like, he ripped it. And then, but the Lord said, you gonna see the Son of Man at the right hand of power, coming back in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. So them same wicked ass niggas is gonna see the Lord return, just like the ones that pierced him and the men that love him. is going to see the Lord return.
We all gonna be fine.
We're going to be fine.
For different reasons.
Quick precept in Isaiah 66 and 15.
Oh, the brother brought it up. And that's
Oh,
the
okay,
spirit.
all right.
That's the
Yeah.
spirit.
The spirit went out again.
Read 14.
Okay,
Read down.
Isaiah 66 and verse 14.
Yeah.
Isaiah 66 and 14. And when ye see this, your heart shall rejoice, and your bones shall flourish like an herb.
Woo, that's when brothers really going to come alive. Like, you going to rejoice. Like, yeah. Rakata Yahweh, Rakata Yahweh. And people they're going to be running around. You know, and you like, you know, like a little baby. To take me, you know.
And the hand of the Lord shall be known towards his servants, and his indignation towards his enemies.
But the hand of the Lord, who's the right hand of Yahweh. Yahweh Shai, his hand is going to be known unto his servants and to the enemies. Because the same chariot for our salvation is going to be the instrument of theirs. And if the chariot was out, then the missile going to come.
For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind.
And we know that the Lord maketh the clouds his chariot. And in the ancient world, you ride in the chariot. And then in battle, you ride out on the chariot. So the Lord will come forward. That's right.
To render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire.
And we rebuke with these words. How can it hurt? These words sharper than a two-edged sword. The Lord gonna rebuke you with what? Fire. What type of fire? Some regular fire? No, it's gonna be blazing fire in your ass. That's why I said the Lord is gonna be beating the people to powder, man.
For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh.
The Lord gonna judge.
And the slain of the Lord shall be many.
We're gonna leave it at that. We're gonna let you decide what that is. It's a math equation. Many. Like, whatever number you think it is, gonna be far worse.
Yeah, if x minus 3 equals 43, then what is x?
One of those. Yeah, one of those. Algebraic equation. You plug it in.
I got that word for all kindreds.
Oh, go on to get that word.
The word kindred means ulag.
Yep.
Which means a tribe. In the New Testament, all persons descending from one of the 12 sons of the patriarch Jacob
are people. You know, the heathen, the nation, crying. But our people gonna know, they gonna have a prick in their mind. Lord gonna be highly displeased. See,
They gonna be like them slaves, you know, just destitute. Oh my Lord! Picture the end of wig falling off, on their knees.
And then the whole time, niggas be saying niggas ain't shit. Y'all ugly, y'all do. Black woman saying fucking nigga, but yet the Son of God Himself looks like the one you ate.
And like
so
that famous
much.
Robert Kennedy quote.
Yeah.
You can bring him out.
Hey, they like you said, they saying fuck a nigga, but the king of the so-called niggas is coming. The
Right?
so-called niggas.
So-called, but really the king of Israel.
Right.
And our people denied him back then. You're gonna see him come in his glory, he gonna deny your ass. How about that? You see, the Lord gonna make you niggas pay for what you did. We don't want him. Die away with him. We want Caesar. Okay. You gonna die, Caesar.
That's right.
You gonna die to death of the uncircumcised.
That's right. And you women are through because the Most High, He don't have no only begotten daughter. He got an only begotten son that's coming to establish order.
That's right. He's coming for his brothers, man, that you fucking scoffed at, spit at, and hurt, man. Hurt. But it's cool. We like my man Maximus. The time for honoring yourself will soon come to an end.
I got that quote real quick. By Robert Kennedy. It says, "But suppose God is black." It says, "What if we go to heaven and we, all our lives, have treated the Negro as inferior, and God is there, and we look up and He is not white?" He said, "What then is our response?"
What is your response then? Did it? You're gonna die and shit right. What you go sneak in? Yo, trying to hide. Was that it?
In 1 Corinthians 10.
Oh yeah, the brother gonna jump back to Corinthians,
But it's on your brothers.
of what Paul stated about that cloud. Since the Lord Yahweh Shai is gonna come back on something, in something, right? Go ahead.
So back in 1 Corinthians 10, and where we left off in verse 3,
Right?
it says, and did all eat the same spiritual meat.
Woo! Because the Lord explained that He was the manna that reigned in the wilderness. I'm the manna that reigned in the wilderness. He's like, Moses didn't give you the bread, but my Father gave you the bread. Right? Who was that? It was Yahweh. Oh, like, but then you go ahead, huh?
And did all drink the same spiritual drink.
They did all drink the same spiritual drink, because really that wine that we had when we left Egypt represented the blood lambs, right? A foreshadow of things to come. That's why Paul said, and the Lord has become our pastor. Yo,
For they drank of that spiritual rock that followed them.
What was guiding us? Who was following us? Who was protecting us? Because we in the wilderness, ain't no goddamn street lights out there, billboards and shit that coming to.
Right.
No, it was pitch black wilderness, bro. But that's why the chariot gave light. And Jesus walking, safe and sound.
Yeah.
And that rock was Yahweh Shai HaMashiach.
And that rock was a Mashiach, because he was driving that chariot. Because even Moses said, when he went to the king of Edom, he said, you know, we've been in Egypt a long season, and we were afflicted by Mizraim, those damn Hamites. And then he said, and the Lord sent his angel to lead us to the mount that you see us at now, the mount of God. So that's what Yahweh said. Keep reading.
It says in verse 5, but with many of them, the Most High was not pleased.
Woo! So with many of our people, as now, the Lord is not pleased. So when that chariot comes, take up those that love the Lord in danger, same chariot is going to come to cast judgment and destruction on our people that is disobedient.
Right.
The Lord's going to take you out personally.
For they were overthrown in the wilderness.
Hey, our forefathers, the wicked was overthrown in the wilderness. Even Moses and Aaron didn't get in there because niggas, man. Or who did make it? Joshua, Caleb, and that next generation.
Yeah, the young.
The younglings, the children, Yep.
Now these things were our examples to the intent we should not lust after evil things as they do lust.
So our people back then lusted after evil days will destroy their ass in the wilderness. And they promised that they ain't gonna enter into this rest. And they have to know after death by pain, as we read in Ezra. And then he said, but we have to take this as an example so we don't lust after the evil things that they lusted after. Because what our people lusting after now is just some madness, man. You don't think the Lord won't kill your ass, man? He gonna take you out because you've been wicked. You just because the Lord is long suffering don't mean he ain't gonna do nothing. Right. Lord said he gonna rise up against you, terribly shake the earth.
Well, you know, like you said so just now that the Lord is displeased, man. We're so happy. You niggas love this goddamn Christmas, bro. And thank the Lord that Christmas falls on Camp Day.
Yes.
Which is a Sabbath day. I pray and hope that the Most High Yahweh should destroy your goddamn shit.
Madness.
Hey, the scriptures say that the Most High is not going to quit the wicked.
Hey, don't forget. I don't think Christmas is gonna be this year, Papa. Yeah. You know why? Because a lot of you niggas gonna get your weak ass gifts from Amazon.
Hey,
and wasn't it destroyed by the Twister?
I was just gonna say, if you in Kentucky, Christmas looking.
Ain't no damn Christmas.
Ain't no damn Christmas.
The Grinch
stole that. Hey, the Grinch is in the spirit. I be in the camp.
Hey, for real.
Hey, it's like that parable. It's that parable. I think it's in Luke 12. Yahweh Shai had about the foolish rich man. He had all the abundance in his crops. And it said what he was going to do. I'm going to save it and eat and be cool and marry, not knowing that the Most High was going to take his soul that night.
And then he said,
Yeah. So, yeah, you niggas in California, how you know that on the day of December 23rd, the Most High ain't gonna send an 8.0 earthquake to fuck y'all shit up?
These niggas
and cripple. He already crippled the supply chain.
How do you know? How you know you ain't gonna catch so-called COVID?
Yeah,
before then.
Or you drop dead from the jab complications.
Or a dude who can't get his son something gonna get in your house.
That's right. Hey, we literally, man, just in California alone, man, before Christmas, we looking at a layoff of over 3,000 police officers. You looking at the supply chain shortage. You looking at a economic collapse that could happen. Right.
No, that's happening.
That's happening.
Hey, that tornado over there in the Midwest, what does that do? That only pushes prices up more because
there's less supply.
Yeah, less supply lines, man.
Yeah. And then you gotta remember them roads is messed up, so the truckers can't get through there.
Yeah, that's the Midwest.
Take longer route.
And then the gas prices going up, and then the truckers gonna strike. And then,
they're saying that violent crimes have fucking skyrocketed in America, man.
Yep.
In like 8 major states, fucking skyrocketed in this fucking place.
And then they ain't gonna be able to have their weak ass dinner and all that because people getting robbed. They
get robbed. Yeah, they get robbed.
Yeah. Hey, that's a strategic move too, because when you look at the geographical landscape, Tennessee and Kentucky all sit right off of the Appalachian Mountains, man. So that's already a logistical nightmare. You know, when you're thinking to get supplies in and out. So the little spots you did have are gone now, man. You know? So the Lord is just like, man, he's body blowing this.
Kidney shot.
Guess what? California is going to be one of the worst states. California
already here.
If you here, you already here. You can't go nowhere. So deal with it and die.
Deal with it.
That parable of the foolish rich man.
Oh yeah, get that real quick.
Yep.
Hey,
Hey,
we gonna get that on.
this is Luke 12:16. And he spake a parable unto them, saying, the ground of a certain rich man brought forth plentifully. And he thought within himself, saying, what shall I do, because I have no more room where to bestow my fruits? And he said, this will I do. I will pull down my barns and build greater.
And that's exactly how Jake mainly thinks. But these ugly ass Edomites, these other heathens, they always say, well, this is a horrible year, you got through it, but next year is my year. No.
They say that every year.
You say that every year, and it's been getting worse.
Right.
Exactly what the men of the Lord been saying has happened. Mandate after mandate. Oh, they gonna push back the goalpost. You ain't never gonna reach that light at the end of the tunnel for you. But we see the light at the end of the tunnel getting closer like that. A little caption of the world's ending.
And there will I bestow all my fruits and my goods.
Yeah, the niggas getting into Bitcoin and all that.
Right.
Through with that.
Yeah.
But then next thing you know, a crash. You don't know what's about to happen.
Right. And I will say to my soul, soul, thou hast much goods laid up for many years. Take thine ease, eat, drink, and be merry.
Yeah, I got my shot.
That's
I'm gonna eat.
Yeah.
Do whatever fucking Biden say. But you know,
I got my food prep for disaster.
I want to say I got my EBT coming. I got the thing.
Hey, I just paid this car note off. I'm good.
The car gonna get stolen.
Such instruction. There we go. Verse 20. But the Most High said unto him, thou fool,
you fool, man.
This night thy soul shall be required of thee.
Like that wicked Scrooge and shit. Remember the goat down. Past and shit, the death came like your ass coming.
And Scrooge was like, no.
Then who shall these things be which thou hast provided?
You left all this crap, you know. or damn, show them the nigga that's breaking into shit right, nigga. They ransacking this shit. They doing it to these stores and shit. Yeah. 100 deep, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, they just hit the store about where I stand.
Oh,
Yeah.
It says, so is he that layeth up treasures for himself and is not rich towards Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai.
You got to be rich towards the Lord. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. And how do you gain those riches? In the spirit.
Yep.
You got to do for the Lord. He's like, you got to trust in me that I'm going to provide everything. Because you see this system crumbling and falling, and these dummies, these idiots, still believing in it. The Lord wants them to believe that.
Yeah, and furthermore, all these people out here in the world, they think they know what they gonna do. Christmas, they planning months ahead. Oh, we gonna get all, but you don't know what's gonna happen. And the brother got a scripture on that.
This is James 4:15-17, which reads, it says, for that you ought to say, if the Lord will, we shall live or do this or do that. But now you rejoice in your boasting.
Oh, man.
All such rejoicing is evil. Bad times.
Bad times.
And you gotta say, if it's the Lord's will, I'm gonna do this and that X, Y, and Z, because you don't know.
Hey, the people in Kentucky thought it was all good. Oof. Overnight, fucking destroyed.
Super tornado.
The Lord visited it.
Isn't it?
Verse 17, it says, therefore, to him that knoweth to do good and do it not.
2/3 of our people, you black scallywags know, man, to do right. And you don't want to do right. You do evil. You know what the Lord told you to do and not to do? But you do the evil still. You choose the evil. What is it?
And so, Salak, that's the definition of stupidity. Because ignorance is when you just don't know, but stupidity is when you know and you just don't give a fuck. You just take pride in your ignorance.
You do it anyway.
Stupid.
Jake does it willingly because they choose the easy route. It's easy to sin and go off and have no accountability of your actions, man.
But they're going to have to give an account.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Going back to James 4:17, therefore to him that knoweth to do good and doeth it not, to him it is sin.
And what is the wages of sin?
Death.
So you done.
This Titus 1:16, they profess that they know the Most High, but in works they deny Him.
In works they deny Him. What is the works that you're supposed to be doing towards the Lord? You men, not able-bodied, you're supposed to get your fucking mind right and get it back into gear and show yourselves men, oh, ye transgressors. You men, you women, you already know what to do. The older women are supposed to teach the younger women how to keep house, raise their children, love their own husbands. Stop coveting what these damn broads out here got. They ain't got nothing. Yep. They ain't got no man in the house. Through. People falling their ass home. Yeah. And I don't think they coming back. So it would behoove ye to do the right thing. But only the elect is going to do the right thing.
Hey, because backing up what you just said, hey, out here in California, they just arrested an older man who admitted to strangling over 15 women here in California. I guarantee you those women were single and out being demons, riotous, drunken, talking shit, thinking they got it.
Instead of fool's mouth, call it the strokes.
All these women are
being whores in the street.
It is said, he that openeth wide his lips, seeketh destruction.
Hey, the Lord got spirits of vengeance out here. He got a bunch of little Ted Bundys running around.
I was talking about that. Yeah, that's the spirit that came out.
Right. Hey, bro, you brought up a good point just now, going into the able-bodied men. That's the scripture say, the work is plenteous, but the laborers are few. We're currently in the time of judgment, but the doors of mercy are still open. So if you're an able-bodied Jake out there, man, you're required to get out here and teach on the highways and edges, man. Right. You can't just sit on this knowledge and sit at home and be comfortable, man.
Or help the church.
Yeah.
Do whatever you can.
Yeah, what's in your life. But if you're able-bodied and you understand this word and you're able to physically get out and teach, you're supposed to be seen, man.
Hey, can brother quickly get Proverbs real quick, 17 and I believe 4. real quick.
Hey, by not doing what the brother just said, you denying the Lord, man. Because you know what you're supposed to do. If you didn't know, now you know. So if you don't do it, then it's on you.
And you're forsaking your nation too.
Like the brother be going into the Acts, we have not shunned to declare you the whole gospel, bro. You know what the fuck you supposed to be doing, man.
Every able-bodied man, Israelite, is supposed to be called to the battle.
Woo!
Right?
The trumpet's been blown.
Hey, like you saying, niggas are late though. Niggas are late, man. You niggas procrastinate,
And
man.
the city has been besieged. and shit.
Yeah, it's Ruskies across the wall.
Goddamn, we in the mud fighting in the snow and
slaying
Yeah, hey, you niggas got that weak ass, feminine, nonchalant attitude.
That's right,
Dragging
man.
your feet in house slippers to the battle. We like the enemy's besieging you. Oh, for real? Oh, they are.
Damn, where your shield? Where your armor? What the fuck you doing?
And like my man Achilles told his cousin, he's like, guard the ship. He's like, cousin, you told me not to fight. He said, guard the ship. I can't fight the Trojans if I'm concerned with you. Guard the ship. He's pissed off. But he was in a better spirit.
the right
He wanted to
spirit,
fight.
though, yeah.
He wanted to fight, but he knew like he threw like I can't watch him and fight the enemy. Because this ain't a fucking babysitting class and shit.
That's right.
We ain't here to babysit.
Or to hang out, man. Now, there's some camps that'll let you hang out. We'll go die with them niggas. But we ain't them, man. You know?
Say go down.
This Titus 1:16, they profess that they know the Most High, but in works they deny him.
Because you ain't got no works towards the Most High. God know my heart. That is fucking wicked. And that's in Jeremiah. Yeah. If you knew a damn thing, the Lord don't like your ugly ass mind. You need to have a mind like Hamashiach, his son. Everything that the Lord wants, you should want.
Right.
You want opposite of what the Lord wants. He said, you with this world, you are an enemy.
Go ahead, a nigga tell you that the Lord want what they want, man. But that's not true. We want what the Lord wants. We want. We don't, the Lord
and then
don't
they
want
say
what we want.
God is blessing you, right? The God of this world can bless your black ass because he tried to do that with Yahweh Shai. Hey, you just bow down to me. I'll give you all these kingdoms because it's been given into my power to give you whatever. But Yahweh Shai cursed that nigga out.
Hey, meditate on Job 9 and 24. The earth was given into the hands of the wicked. So if the wicked is offering you something in this world, then that's your God.
And if it says in the scriptures that he's going to set up a profitable ruler, that would mean that the current ruler is unprofitable.
Right. Yeah, good.
Being abominable and disobedient, and unto every good work reprobate.
Yeah. Hey,
And what does reprobate mean? Outside the church.
And it said the Lord, it said, then shall men call them
reprobate.
They silver because the Lord have rejected them. Rejection. So yeah, that was on Jurassic Park when the dude came up. And then Samuel Jackson's like, God damn it, like he's mad as hell. Because you're gonna be denied in the moment you want the Lord to help you, he's not gonna hear you.
Hey, now is the time to get right before it's too late, Jake. You hear us say it time and again, but there's gonna come a time when we're not gonna be out on these streets warning your black ass, man. And then it's gonna be too late.
Our mission's almost up, man.
You can't say you're not feeling the pressure, man. Everybody's feeling the pressure.
Everybody. Hell yeah.
Hey, bros, I got a quick precept on what we're talking about. This is Ecclesiasticus 5 and 7. It says, make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day.
Make no tarrying to turn to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. This is the place here where you get it. You don't get it in your ugly ass church. You can't get it with ugly ass Joe Holst. Your nigga got money in there, but he ain't gonna give you.
You know you a piece of shit,
right? Even Esau knows. But even Esau knows that Esau full of shit. And then you got majority of the Edomites. Let's go, Brandon. Fuck this demon fighting. But you stupid niggas is holding on to this clown as if he did something for you. He don't love you, but he's using you. He needs you to slave and build up his colony and shit, but he don't love you. You ain't about to get the part of the pie, man. If Esau ain't getting the part of the pie, why you fucking niggas think you gonna get a part of the pie? But then when we tell you you do have a part of this, you know, once you die, You want Esau to fucking have it with us, and these other heathens when they don't want you to be no part of their glory and kingdom. But that's why the Lord gotta X you niggas out. He has to he has to excommunicate you for a time and rebuild, reprogram.
At them G7 summit meetings, they ain't got no place for you niggas.
Hell no.
You Israelites that's on this sign, it's no place for you. You not in their council, but you want them in your council.
What about the Bilderberg group?
Beautiful.
Though, right?
They have their council, but this is the celestial council. Right? And you heathens are not invited. If you come here, we're gonna give you the verdict. We're gonna
something for the Jedi.
Bring down the gavel on your ass. Like we're gonna condemn you because that's what you deserve.
And this is what's coming for you, Jakes, that's putting off the Lord. It says, for suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance.
In your security, in your simplicity, you will be destroyed in the day of vengeance.
And like you brought out earlier, I got my bills paid, I got my food, man. Lord gonna come at you like a thief in the night, man.
Like an thief in the night. You gonna go out and watch your baby, your brand new Challenger or Hellcat taken away by a tornado. Your fucking Hellcat, your damn baby is 8 feet in the air in the whirlwind.
Oh, it's coming to a time that they think everything all good. It's my homie. But it's gonna be used to be my homie. Used to be my hey, now one side to taste your mouth. Because that same nigga on the block that he gave turkeys and shit to niggas years past. He gonna go get whatever you got in your fucking house. He gonna take your woman. He gonna take your seed, blast your seed, and he'll my man. Like, what's going on? They said friends is gonna fight one another like enemies.
Oh, and why? Because of the lack of bread and great tribulation. It's gonna be an engineered famine out here. All right, your neighbor that you see every day and talk to, what you think he gonna do when there's no food in the grocery stores, no food in his refrigerator, no one to turn to? He gonna be looking at you. Well, what he got in there?
There's a quote, a concept that says the most dangerous creature on the planet is a hungry man. He's more vicious than a fucking lion than any creature on this planet.
Hey, he'll probably because they hallucinate too.
Yeah.
He'll probably get on all fours and attack a bear.
Nothing will prevent him physically from getting that drug.
And imagine in that day, the black woman already got a big mouth, but imagine when her and her baby's hungry and they looking at you to do something. Man, Jake gonna kill a motherfucker out here, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
He said, "You are the food."
Yeah.
Hold it.
That was it on the
It's real quick. It's Matthew 24:12, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold.
So, and you go into that word iniquity, it goes into lawlessness. And then the cops just say,
"It's the
we can't,
we cannot guarantee."
Hey, you just brought out what 300 something cops, 3,000 cops.
Yeah, that's like a percentage, a percentage of police officers is already short-staffed or about to be even more short-staffed.
And that's not counting those in the military that don't believe in these mandates.
They ain't even talk about that.
Well, they can't, because that's going to destabilize their strength to these other nations.
Hey, that's why they need I was just gonna say that's why they need that drive.
They decriminalize a lot of offenses, man. So there's a horde of niggas running in the apartments.
Hey, pretty soon, and when they make another cut, they already decriminalize shit because they lacking resources and tools. Y'all defunded the niggas, and now y'all saying that they can't work without the Jabberwocky. You know, so it's only gonna get worse, man. They gonna have an announcement, a list of things that are no longer crimes no more, man.
Hey, what did that devil Trump say about Biden's administration? If you call the police, expect at least a 10-day delay. If you've been robbed, if you've been murdered, anything.
And that's why these niggas are getting bold going into department stores. Hey, there was just a report where this motherfucker, he went to a liquor store and shot the fucking owner in the face, and then slid through the fucking the little entrance.
Hey, they walking up on them they walking up on them in broad daylight, eating brunch and shit. You know, calm in the motherfucker though. Calm, give me everything you got. Don't make a scene. I'm gonna get out of here.
Hey, bro, it's crazy shit going on. That's like that we don't even know about. That's not even in the news. I remember when the COVID shit first happened. There was a report I was reading of a man named Glendora who did a home invasion. Went to the jail, but it was so packed they had to let him go. And that same night, that same night, he did the same shit. Caught him, let him go again.
Hey, they got 0 bail now. Hey, for a lot,
They can't house niggas.
Yeah.
And they can't just house criminals at large and shit. And then the fucking niggas ruling your society are the biggest fucking criminals on earth, and they just gonna allow it to happen. But then above that, the Lord was like, I'm gonna allow that to happen. And then the Elder Muwatasar was going into that Hydra. Pretty much these different wormholes is opening up for these demons.
Yeah.
Get out here, man.
Hey, like in the Gulf, that time we seen, bro.
Yeah.
Remember that?
It was on fire.
It was on fire. It was like a portal.
Yeah, and then show you that on the Ghostbusters video with brothers. Yeah, I ain't seen it, but brothers gotta see it. It goes into that. So the demons is already out here.
It's sacrifice season.
That was the whole concept of Stranger Things when they had that large guy jumping.
Yeah.
It was that thing that opened up the portal for the fucking demons.
It's just like the same thing in Ghostbusters.
Hey,
you know?
Hey, who's working is after Satan. He's like, I gotta open this up and get my boys up there.
Hey, these people super susceptible to these demons and shit. They already the money.
Yeah,
more demons are coming.
Hey,
and shit.
And they're fucking stupid. While you niggas is out marching, Black Lives Matter, defund the police. You go home and all your shit is gone.
And they call the police. And they call the police. And they sorry,
Babylon the Great. Babylon the Great.
It's like, hello, caller. We have received your call, but we cannot get to it until about February of 2022. And he's like, I need you right now. Niggas outside the home and shit.
And that's the thing about calling the police. The cops don't stop a crime. They respond to a crime that's already been committed.
Right.
So by the time they get you, your ass is probably dead anyway, man. You know?
Especially in that.
Hey, it's a lot of crimes being committed right now.
Right
And
now.
when they make that announcement that like 9 out of 10 crimes are legal now, there's gonna be a lot more
Hey,
crimes.
the purge.
That's why they said Los Angeles is like the purge.
It's a recipe for disaster because they have these mask mandates and they said it conceals the identity of these people and they just embolden.
Hey, it's all according to the plan.
All
It's
right.
beautiful.
Right.
Hey, that's like that dude.
1 + 1 is 2.
Yeah, hey, Darth Sidious in Star Wars, he was engineering all the chaos and shit, and then smiling behind the scenes. Excellent.
Excellent.
You
Yeah.
see?
Go ahead and bring that up. Right?
They want these niggas to drop dead and kill each other.
Right? And then the Lord wants that ultimately. The Lord is on both sides. He's out with the righteous and telling them, they ain't listening. And I got the wicked telling them, they ain't listening. And we cool with whatever, man. Let the bodies drop.
That's right.
They gonna drop, huh?
They going to drop. They dropping right now. Huh?
You know?
That's the book of Proverbs, chapter 17, verse 11.
Man,
And it reads, an evil man seeketh only rebellion.
you niggas, mainly. I mean, the Lord gonna get E in his own time. And these other nations, he gonna get their armies at a very key point. And their armies gonna be destroyed through. And you people, you gonna get got when the Lord gives the green light. And he's already opened up the green light on niggas, man. He said he gonna start at his house first.
Right.
And it said, an evil man only seeketh rebellion. And it says rebellion is as sin of witchcraft.
Ain't nothing but witches out here.
Right, that's it.
Nothing but witches and warlocks.
It says, therefore, a cruel messenger shall be sent against him.
Hey, where that cruel messenger to tell you through, but then the Lord gonna send that messenger, that death angel, to really take your ass out, man. Lord is sending out hitmen in the spirit realm, man. They having councils. Man, oh man, what am I gonna do? Lord, I'll do this. Lord, I'll do that. Well, go do that. Go do this. Take his ass out at a damn cookie store.
Yeah, hey, you witches out there be performing all these little rituals
You're gonna
with
die.
crystals and doves. You gonna open up a portal, but the death angel gonna pop out.
Yep.
With a sword.
Might be a brother.
Drag your ass in the portal.
In there
Yeah,
and
they
shit.
find you float up a sword or something strange like that.
Stranger things.
The Spirit of the Lord will allow a legion out here, man. Like I am legend.
Hey, but hey,
Hey,
brothers sound animated,
the
but
same year
that's
that
spiritual warfare.
I
I said, brothers sound animated, but you gotta understand this spiritual warfare is gonna be on a whole nother level.
Hey,
man.
Right.
and we're talking in the spirit.
Yeah.
Only those in the spirit can
Right.
understand. We're speaking unto them in
Right.
the mystery, to those that are perfect.
Right.
Hey,
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, just like you, bro. Things we saying are limited because we men. You know what I'm saying? Yahweh Bashim Shai. What we thinking and saying
It'll be way
already
worse,
been like,
yeah. It'll be way worse.
Yeah, way worse is gonna be done.
Hey, because the brother just brought up a good point. We may sound animated, but this is spiritual warfare, and I got a quick scripture to back it up. This is Ephesians 6:12. It says, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world."
It's been a spiritual war since the beginning. And now the world is starting to see that spiritual realm meet this realm. But the men in the spirit have already seen it. These damn devils, they've been casting spells on you bug outs, man. And you've been falling for it. But the men of the Lord said there are no enchantments against Jacob.
Yeah.
Right.
Against spiritual wickedness in high places.
And who's at the top of the world? A goddamn witch himself. Eve. This demon is sorcery.
Yeah.
That's in the news. It's all over the place. Sorcery. Pharmakia.
Yep.
Sorcery, man. And
Did
they
y'all
allow
see
you.
that demon?
Yeah.
About Pharmakia?
Hey.
That witch, that, I don't know.
It was a woman.
And she was possessed.
Oh yeah.
Hey, like them dudes on 300. Not on the con here. Like that, man. We really fighting spiritual wickedness in high places. Man, you don't have to. Maybe later to close it out. Go ahead.
This is the reason why it says this is 2 Ezra 15:6. For wickedness has sinned through the whole earth, and the hurtful works are fulfilled.
Read it again and slow down.
This is 2 Ezra 15:6. For wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth.
So for wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth.
And the hurtful works are fulfilled.
So it's done. Like it's getting to the boiling point. That's why you see war on the brink. I just need the approval. Brain chill. You see the men of the Lord out there telling you what it is. Excited. World through. You know, like he saw the trail. You know what I'm saying? Jay, where else you get it, you know?
Hey, look at what all this devil is talking about. This filthy ass communication.
Yes.
Metaverse.
Yes.
Robots that could become pregnant.
There is no God.
Neuralink. Let's go to Mars. There is no God.
Digital currency.
Digital currency.
Hey, that's why I love that episode of the Twilight Zone in the 60s. What was that episode called? Obsolete Man. He's like the one dude from the state. He's like, there is no God. The state has proven that there is no God. And then the other guy was like, you cannot erase God with an edict. There is a God. And he's yelling at his ass. That's us. We like, can't erase the Most High with an edict. Like he said that what your stupid ass is gonna do. We telling you what you gonna do, you clown.
It's like letting back on this brother. I forgot what brother posted it, but he said the movie Matrix was like a documentary. It wasn't a movie.
Right. Yeah. Hey, wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth.
Yeah, who allowed?
The devil.
No, who allowed?
Most High.
Allowed the devil to do these things where prophecies are coming.
Right. They telling you women that you could take your egg and just stomp on it, crack it with no consequences. They telling you men you could be a woman and put on women's clothes. And these philosophies, these lies have been spread all over the earth.
Man, birth.
The whole earth is drunk.
A woman saying that a man should just accept the fact that a woman is polygamous and that you should go, a woman's going to commit adultery, so you should go to the man she's committed adultery with and ask him for tips
advice
on how to be a better man, so he won't be fucking your woman.
That's why, brothers in the
facts.
spirit, we stay away from you niggas. But we waiting because, like I always say, the scripture said it. We're fishing right now.
Right.
We shall fish too. But the day is gonna come when the fishes is gonna be hunters, and we ain't gonna in the hunter things differently. Like, nah, we're gonna die. Like Taz put on the WhatsApp that scene with the dude from Walking Dead with that spiked back. Fuck all that, crying, talking shit. You don't get a fucking spiked back across the face. Yeah, that's what real men is already here. We just been in, to this world and hiding. But really, we've been out in the open the whole time. And now it's gonna get to a point where men is gonna fucking become men again.
Right.
When society fucking breaks down, war on every fucking front. Right.
This linebacker. This is Ezekiel 7:10. Behold, the day, behold, it is come. The morning is going forth. The rod has blossomed and pride has budded.
Woo! Get that in the NLT. And can you bring this article out? We got to get into it real quick. What happened this week? Go ahead. No, bring it out.
Okay. This article, it reads, the title of it says the United Nations unveils a statue at its NYC headquarters that resembles the beast from the book of Revelation.
Where you ugly ass Christians at to break that down? The fuck y'all at? You know, the father, where y'all at? The fuck y'all at? Y'all ain't out here because you love this system. And you don't know what this beast even means. But it's from the book of Revelation, 13, verse 2. But the men of the Lord, the ones that have been endowed with the spirit from on high, from Yahweh Shemashah, will tell you what it is. And the Lord is like, I wanted them to unveil it so you can know where the fuck you are. You are in spiritual Assyria, you're in Egypt, you're in Babylon, you're in these places. Go ahead, Yep.
It says, the most important news reports one of the strangest statues that I have ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, it's gonna be strange to you. It ain't strange to us. Exactly what that.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, there it is. Hey, didn't Jeremiah warn our people back then when they went into ancient Babylon? You're gonna be seeing fucking idols and gods and all types of shit. Don't worship them, even though you see fucking multitudes worshiping them. You're supposed to trust Yahweh, and He's gonna keep you by His angel. Right. Go ahead.
It says one of the strangest statues that I have ever seen in my entire life has just been set up right outside UN headquarters in New York City.
And the UN is who? Written in the scriptures, they are known as beasts. And in the beast system, you're gonna go into it. It started somewhere and it's gonna end somewhere.
And you notice it said New York, right? That's spiritual Jerusalem.
Hey, and then it's the Empire State. You see the abomination of desolation.
Yeah, man.
That's what it reminds me of, because they set that up before the wars of the Jews versus the Romans. The Lord, like, you better, they're gonna bring it into the temple. Happened during the time of Antiochus Epiphanes to defile the temple. Then it was rededicated. And then that same temple was destroyed.
See, Jake don't consider, man, because we've been prophesying and showing you all these signs that Esau's been bringing out. Remember, it was the archetypus that was going from state to state.
Was the archetypus, or was it?
It was the archetypus, right? That showed the downfall of Jerusalem.
Oh yeah.
That was going from state to state, and then they had the Baphomet statues that was going from state to state. Now they got this motherfucker, man.
You got the Denver airport.
Yeah,
I mean, that's proud.
And the UN is telling you that we are that beast. And then it says the mark of the beast, right? On motif, and then it says that that old beast gave them their power and great authority. Go ahead,
When I first heard about this, I could hardly believe that the global elite would be so brazen.
I could not believe it. Like, but wait a minute, Lord, like, okay, shit. Go ahead, all right, y'all through. That's the indication that you're done now. You're through. Go ahead,
And so I checked into this very carefully.
You gotta check into it. He checked.
It says, unfortunately, this is not just a bad rumor.
Unfortunately. Go ahead.
This absolutely gigantic statue is called the Guardian of International Peace and Security.
Can a brother get that in Daniel 8 and 24? They're moving in the same spirit as the Greeks. Go ahead, I'll keep reading.
And it looks like something out of a science fiction movie.
It looks like something out of a science fiction movie, but is actually biblical, scriptural. If people looking at it, man, bugged out, man. That's why people get the headache when they read Revelation. They don't know what the fuck it's talking about. But the men of the Lord have been breaking it down to you, beginning with our apostles and elders, to let you know clearly what it is. It said that we have not shunned to declare to you the whole counsel of the Heavenly Father as false.
But you give it to these Christian pastors who are to this day still saying that the book of Revelation is still sealed.
when the word revelation means to reveal.
Check that out.
But then yet in the book itself, it said that, behold, weep not, for the Lion of Judah have opened the seal. Judah. But they don't know Yahushua.
Right, right.
And
And if we follow in the Lamb, then
hey,
it's revealed to us.
it's real. It's been revealed. That's right. That's right.
It does not resemble any known creature on this planet.
But these people are true because they don't resemble nothing. So, but where can you find it at?
So like a simple nigga will come up with a theory, the Anunnaki and what's the planet? Nibiru and all that bullshit. No, it's right here in the scripture.
Egypt time.
It's in Daniel.
It's in Daniel, the book of Daniel, which was talking about the kingdom. Yeah. But this particular beast was the one from Revelation 13 and 2.
It says,
it represents something in his own right. Yeah.
Bing bong.
Instead, it appears to very closely resemble a beast that is described in the book of Revelation.
Woo, a beast. And then pretty much the UN is letting you know that beast is a beast. And then the Space Force, they the dragon.
Yeah.
They saying the dragon go fight.
And their logo is a Hydra.
With the different
6 heads.
I mean, how more plain?
Yes, it's too much, man.
I don't know, man.
It says, if you have not seen it yet, you can see video footage of this beast right here.
If you ain't seen it yet, we don't give you a video on it. Like, it's real.
It says, did they really think that they could put this up without anyone noticing?
Hey, but who noticed? Men of the Lord. Oh, okay. All right. Now you letting us know that we didn't know where we at. Right. Telling Jake ass they don't believe that was back then, already happened. Hocam Malone and these other guys. You can't tell us what it means. You the Christians, right? Lord dealing with y'all. Explain to us what it is. But you ain't gonna explain. We're gonna explain it to you. Right?
Of course, when Christians see this monstrosity, they are immediately going to think of the beast that is described in Revelation chapter 13, verse 2.
Hey, now let the brother get it. Says you
All right, this is Revelation 13 and 2. Woo.
Hey, this only proves that the Bible is the only relevant book, bro. It didn't say the point.
Revelation 13 and 2. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard.
Woo! Now that's the beginning of this beast system. In this time, that same system is the UN nation, the EU nation. And that leopard represents the Greek Empire, spearheaded by Alexander. Right? And the reason that is a leopard is the head of, they said a leopard or a jaguar or whatever. Jaguar is known for its ferociousness, and they ain't gonna stop. That's what they're trying to push this NWO. We ain't gonna stop.
And they go through history. They show you that Alexander's war actual jaguar.
It's the same cat. Same cat. Leopard is a species of a cat.
Right. And it says the leopard represents the Greek Empire, spearheaded by Alexander. And the other characteristics of a leopard is that it moves swiftly, unexpectedly, to blend in. So they're gonna move fast. They call it what was that what Trump was talking about, the warp speed. And then it said it blends in. They making you think like right there with you. But it's blending in. So looking at your ass and seeing you is going to attack your ass when you least expect.
That's the nature of a leopard or a jaguar. They're so sneaky. You will never hear them right before they leap on you.
Man, and it says it's a characteristic of the beast system. Because when NATO and them go into them lands, they coming in there to help peace, blend in, and they destroy your ass. Just like what happened in the past and day. Can the brother get that, Daniel? Hey, you get it, Dom. I got it. And you hold your priest. I know you have. Hold your priest. You bring it out.
This is Daniel 8 and 24. And his power shall be mighty, but not by his own power.
Woo!
And he shall destroy wonderfully.
Hey.
It shall prosper and practice. It shall destroy the mighty and the holy people.
Now this going back to Antiochus the fourth, surnamed Epiphanes. He destroyed wonderfully the nations. going through. And it was the war between him and Ptolemy. Said Ptolemy fled and was afraid of him. He just was taking over, and he went against our temple, the holy city, which is Jerusalem. He went against our people, and he moved swiftly, the same way they're moving now. See how they're going through the world? NATO is unstoppable and shit, man. Go ahead.
Says, and through his policy, also, he shall cause craft to prosper.
Through his policy, he's going to cause craft to prosper. It's not this devil, this demon telling all the nations, just like back then, leave the gods of your ancestors and come under the guise of the Greeks.
Right.
But now it's under the westernization. It was Hellenization then.
Now it's westernization, democracy, science, technology.
Hey, trust the science.
Fast food.
Leave your system and get with this
fast
system.
food. The woman can do whatever the freak she wants. You know, abortion's fucking free here and shit.
Let's all go digital.
Let's all
Hey, bro,
hey,
bro, on playing commercials, bro, they're showing you we're in that system, bro. We're already there. So, hey, just know you've been told.
Yeah.
You have been told the truth.
And they shall know prophets for the month.
Hey, because when you go into Facebook, owns like 6 companies already. It owns Facebook, of course. It owns Instagram. It owns all those other companies connected with it. So the metaverse is already, it's been there. It's already there. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, the Internet of Things. They already had it in play. Like, it's been a whole setup.
They just told you now.
And the VR, that's also tandem with it. Yep. Because the niggas, they put that shit on and they're in another world.
Right. And what was that going into? The brother just said Internet of Things. That's going into Internet of Bodies, right?
Right.
So what's gonna steal that? And I don't know if this brother know right here. So I'm just gonna say they try to chip you.
Yep.
If you don't know that,
They're gonna give you a chip.
they want to give you a chip.
You got my man Elon Musk. He just waiting for the
The FDA. Now, why would the chip need FDA approval?
Because they want to make it worldwide.
Exactly. It's going to be mandated.
Yeah, no, that's the word mandated. Because if it's FDA approved, then that means businesses can enact that on their employees.
Yeah, just like they enacting such and such, the J on people right now. Right.
Hey, go ahead, read that and then bring out your key.
It says, and through his policy, also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand.
Craft. Now, brother, look up that word craft right there.
Oh, I already did.
Hey, that's coming.
Well, I did it in the other one.
That's cool.
Read.
Read.
It means power, physical strength, might.
Does not the NATO, the EU, Babylon have power, might, strength? Yeah. They get strong on your ass if you don't want to get down. The hammer of the earth. And also that goes back to the Roma motto or something like that. I forget that the Romans used it. How if they didn't get down with them, that's in their military might to quail you, break you down. Skill.
Dexterity, science, talent. Trade, handicraft, employment requiring special skill or dexterity, something built or made, might, power. Yeah, that's what it goes into.
And so going into knowledge, it's spiritual. That Esau built those towers within those trees, man. That's pretty much going back into the tree of good and evil, you know.
It says shrewdness demonstrated by being skilled in deception.
Deception, being skilled in deception. And also said he's the most cunning of the beasts of the field. Like it's him. He's the serpent. It's the same guy.
Because those expressions were Lestrade.
Hey, cunning. And I know you got it in the. Go ahead, bring it up. The Hebrew there is Mara.
The blue letter. It says deceit, treachery.
Hey, didn't the brother read that earlier? That they didn't deal treacherously with thee, but once you cease to do it, they gonna deal treacherously. Because the Lord gonna put in the Russians to have an evil thought. And, hey, missiles on your ass. Not just them. But the heathen nations as in conglomerates with the Russians, and even their own ally.
Going back to the true nature of which is being a devil, right? Going back to deception.
That's right.
That's the whole shit this nigga operates on.
Man, hey, and he's that serpent again because the serpent knows it's weak as hell, and it waits, and then it waits for the vibration to be right. Yep. And once it's right, and they know that the animal that is about to strike has no idea, get you.
Hey, the leopard is an ambush predator.
Hey, there it is. Yep. See, that's the head of this beast system moves swiftly, blends in. Yep. Then he's that serpent again. It gets you on the right vibration. Yeah. And then the eagle is swift.
Yeah, that damn leopard that followed you for 18 miles, you didn't even know it.
You didn't know. Hey, like on Apocalypto, he's in that tree. Yep. That jaguar right there. What is that? Like, oh, it's
I remember that video of that Jake who was in like the jungle in Brazil or some shit. He was like taking a selfie and he was a jaguar behind him. He was like, oh!
Hey, and then there was another one of us dude in like India. He hit the corner fast. And that leopard, that jaguar was on the wall, like chasing his ass. Oh, that village, he's through. So go ahead.
In Strong's definition, it says, in a sense of deceiving, fraud, craft.
Get that word,
fraud.
Yeah.
This
Right
devil
there.
is the king of
Right
fraud.
there.
Okay.
Read the different
Words.
words.
Paperwork.
Yep, it says
All his paperwork
It says
is fraud.
deceit.
Hey, Shema, bro.
It says deceit, deceitful, deceitfully, false, guile.
Then pause and he said, hey, as the serpent beguiled Eve, don't be looking to see if a brother can get that. Don't be swindled by this dude. Trickery. As Eve was beguiled by the serpent, you not, told these stupid ass women they was equal, but now it's wars. He didn't tell you about that. That your ass was gonna be sent over there in the fucking draft.
Yeah, that definition for guile is a treacherous cunning or skillful deceit.
Skillful deceit. It's sorcery, man. But that's what it is. It's on your fucking idiot box, all type of shit. The psyop that he's out here spreading, the media and the pharmacia. I can have your mind all working together.
It goes back into that subterfuge too, which Kasaja was bringing out a while back, which is basically that deceit. It's a whole fucking system based off deception.
Yeah, they want to keep you in.
They gonna deceive you into taking that chip.
They were deceived, right?
And they got their fraudulent paperwork to back it up.
Yeah.
Oh, well, this is a mandate.
FDA approved. And the spiritual leaders of the world agree with it.
They agree with it. But you Christians though, or y'all followers of the Messiah. What would the Messiah do? You wouldn't get down with this, man. It's off for one. Then you gotta lie to the people to get them to take it. It's off, man. That was from my mind. Right. You go ahead.
It says fame.
Fame. Yeah, you go into that word fame. I mean, it'd be like fake as hell. You fake as hell. You fake. Yep. Craft. Subtlety. They said that the serpent is more subtle than any beast of the field.
It says treachery.
Right. Like, when you feel like, hey, like my man Julius Caesar and shit when he was getting stabbed up. Remember that dude Brutus? Like, my son Brutus. He felt betrayed. Like, what the fuck? Like you get they like Jon Snow and shit. But a what? Just getting stabbed on all sides. You people gonna feel like that when this devil finally gets you where you at. Why would you do this? Too late. Yeah. Like that old Gadite saying that folklore. I have nursed you back to health, snake, serpent. Why'd you bite me? Bitch, I'm a snake. That was it. Yeah. And let's go back to that Revelation. Get it?
This Psalms 144:11. Rid me and deliver me from the hand of strange children, whose mouth speaketh vanity, and their right hand is the right hand of falsehood.
And that's our people, because the main ones that was forcing our people during the time of Antiochus to do it and shit. And then they wanted Eleazar, the older man, well, just pretend you did it and shit. You ain't gotta do it, just pretend and shit. And he's like, no, I ain't about to do that. And then Matthias, they came to his town, and the dude was sacrificing the swine on the altar, and he was like shook him with the zeal. Slew that motherfucker, man. It's gonna come to that.
That's
you
right.
niggas, it's you niggas, man.
Yeah.
Cause this devil knows that well, I can't. Shit, they don't trust me and shit. Yo, let's go, Brandon. Let me send a nigga that look like them, and they'll get it. You know. And our apostles been saying they gonna use those celebrities, weak ass clown ass niggas, man. So, man,
They lining up already, man.
Real quick, this is First Maccabees 1 and verse 41. It says, moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people.
And they always say that with the damn president, like he's like, I'm the president, not for the Republican Americans and the Democrats, but for all Americans, all that crap. They want all the people to become one. Not one like, hey, I'm equal to you and you. They just using that as a sign to get you dummies into that. But they want you one in a system.
Hive mind.
Internet of bodies. That's funny, man. Go ahead.
It says, and everyone shall leave his laws. So all the heathen agree.
Then they agree off top because so all 83, they in a confederacy against our people. But then they ain't cahoots. They get fucked up. I don't know. The rest of our dogs and shit. That's what's gonna happen. The Lord's like, okay, I'm saying, I'm gonna use your own craft against you. I'm gonna use what you doing against your own self. Right?
According to the commandment or mandate of the king, yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion.
Because you fucking scary, man.
Just go in and do it.
Why?
Just do
Who
it.
we gonna get out of it?
You know what?
Why?
Just take it. I took it.
Sounds familiar. Can't
Why?
join.
Stupid ass.
Hey,
Man.
why? Hey, can a brother
Don't
get?
count.
We're keep going.
And sacrifice unto idols and profane the Sabbath.
You sacrifice unto idols and you profaning the Sabbath, you know. But these niggas was profaning the Sabbath, and then what is gonna fall on the Sabbath? That these niggas gonna profane.
Oh, damn.
You niggas, man.
Yep. It says, for the king has sent letters by messengers into Jerusalem.
Y'all gotta get it done.
Right.
Or off with your head. You
Hey, speaking of Jerusalem, that One World Religion headquarters opens up next year.
Oh man. Oh man. Oh, see?
That's just part of their grandmaster plan.
What a
That
cool
one
wicked
religion,
thing.
conservation, man.
That's the master plan.
And it's sending letters and
Damn.
also liking it to these little promos and shit. They get celebrities to do, take the jab, take the chip.
And then they sending it to these different businesses and jobs.
Right.
It was the larger corporations now is going to trickle down to the smaller businesses.
In cities of Judah, that they shall follow the strange laws of the land.
So hey, to the cities too. Well, you gonna eat, right? Shit, hey, you know, the crime.
You got a family, right?
Yeah.
You got kids.
you
You
know,
know,
hey, for them, you know,
You want to eat, don't you?
jump
Like the
to
Lord
point
can't feed
where Israel was slain, it was 1,000, but then Mattathias and
Them
was
niggas,
like, well, if we
man,
did
boy.
as our brothers have done,
Man.
then we gonna be wiped out.
I want you to start from the top.
Now you can go to the point, and then you got that revelation, right? Is any brother holding the precept?
Yeah, I got some.
Go ahead, out.
This is Job 14 and 5. It says, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee.
So the Lord has numbered this man's kingdom, brought it to an end, but only the Lord, the Heavenly Father, Yahweh knows the day this man is going to go down. That's the day that he tells you how shy.
leap off the throne.
Yeah, into a land of destruction. Hey, like the elder Watson used to say, at the height of confusion, war, everything. That's the last thing people will expect. The Lord cracks the sky.
Invasion.
Woo, he's gonna be mounted on that chariot.
One realm against another.
Back 14 and 5. It says, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. This is, we're telling you all the things that are going on, right? He's trying to do this, he's trying to do that. The Lord's saying, I got him. I got him.
He's gonna foil
He's
his
gonna
plan.
foil, he's gonna he's gonna foil. He's gonna fall. So just he's gonna fold. Yeah, like he's gonna fold. Just chill. Just fucking chill. Then come back to the Lord. Come back home. I'm gonna take care of you.
This brother's whole point. The scripture saying when he's about to fill his belly, that's when the Lord's gonna rain upon him. So he's not gonna fulfill his plan 100%, man. It's not gonna happen. It's not written that way. You know? So no matter how scary it seems or how hopeless it seems through the spirit, just know this man is gonna be confounded, man.
That's right.
You know, the Lord is gonna take care of his. You know, regardless of what happens around us. Just as we brought out earlier in ancient Egypt, when the Egyptians was going through that hell, okay, Israel was kept out of it, man. The same thing's gonna happen this time with the Lord's elect. The hell's gonna be around us. We're gonna see it. We're gonna be a part of it, but we're gonna be preserved through it, man. That's right. You know, you gotta have that faith.
That's right, brother.
Nothing's gonna happen to you. The Lord is for you. Nothing is gonna befall you.
That's right.
You got to let's get back to that revelation. Start from. Oh yeah, start from top. Verse 2.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 2. And it reads, and the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear.
Bam, that's the point. That's the feet of a bear. Right? So the leopard represented Greek Empire spirit by Alexander. That's the beginning of this beast system. Even in Maccabees, it says when they were when they rose up, it said wickedness multiplied in the earth. When Esau rose to power, wickedness multiplied in the earth. How much more now? Right. When he has the whole compass of the earth under his power.
You think the UN made that statue for shits and giggles, man? Hey, that's a sign, bro. They don't do anything by coincidence. Everything is calculated with Esau. You know, they made that statue look like that for a reason.
And it says the feet, the feet represents the ending of the thing. And then it goes into the nuclear arms race that they had with the Russians after World War II. That's because it's the end. They know it's war to end all wars, right? Everybody knew about that. They know how it's going to come. And it says the East versus the West. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be Western nations with Babylon versus the East. Russia's headed in the East. And it says, but it represents Russia, the bear. Because you look at the flag or the animalistic symbol of Russia is what?
The bear.
A bear. Now, a bear is a solo hunter, is always on his own. But if you come up against it, it's going to fuck you up. Maul you to death. And it's going to maul you to death. And it can sense you miles out. It don't even have to be next to you. It knows where you are. You know? So it knows. Right? And that's the end of this beast system, spearheaded by Alexander for the Edomites. The end of their system is going to come through them by way of the Russians. That's the king of the Medes that the Lord is raising up,
which are also Edomites,
assembly of great nations to destroy this poor.
And his mouth as the mouth of a lion.
Now the mouth represents Great Britain, right? Which controls Washington, right? They run the economic arm of the beast. That's what's financing all their wars and all that shit.
And wasn't there a Brexit?
Yeah, and they broke off. So, but that's a part of the prophecy in Daniel. It said that it's going to be partly strong, partly weak, right?
It says, and the dragon gave him his power.
I read that one again. Mouth.
And his mouth as the mouth of a lion,
right?
And the dragon,
and the mouth as the mouth of a lion, which is Great Britain, and it controls Washington. They run the economic arm of the beast system. So all the wars from the Korean War to the war in Kosovo and Vietnam War and all these different wars, they were raining destruction from the air. They had air superiority over all them wars, which was all bankers' wars, to gain control and to combat Russia. Russia was up there as an arms race from that time on down to almost the late 80s, and that's when the USSR collapsed. And then NATO thinks that Russia is the same USSR in the late 80s, early 90s. They weak, they through, they broken. Oh, they're a new beast. They're the end of your system. The bear, feet. And it's funny because I was looking more into it because a bear has 4 feet, right? The Russians is going to be an instrument to end your system throughout the 4 quarters. So you through. through. Stomp you out. Like, get him out of here. Like they're on Don't Be a Menace. They start.
Oh yeah,
That's what the nation gonna do. Right on, stomping you out, man.
And his mouth as the mouth of a lion. Oh, I read that right. It says, and the dragon gave him his power.
And the dragon gave him his power. Right? And that dragon going back to the fourth beast, Rome, the ancient Roman Empire, how they move? They moved with the Senate, they had to agree on it, and then the military was sent out to quell and put down nations that didn't want to get Rome. Like on Spartacus, he said, the shadow of Rome is vast, you shall yet see yourself die under. Because as long as you think back to your damn grandmother's time, this devil was bending power. Yeah. Damn, like nobody can see past this demon. Just like Rome, like who could come up against the ancient Roman Empire? Military might was unmatched. So NATO, spearheaded by America, it was unmatched for a time. But now the Lord has lifted up these other nations with the same capability. Yep. It
says, and the dragon gave him his power.
Gave him his power. That's going into the military might given of the EU nations. They were blessed with the sword, going back to what Isaac gave to Esau. He said, well, you're going to gain the world by the sword. Warfare.
And his seat and great authority.
And that same beast, the Roman Empire, they moved in the same fashion, gave him his seat. It's like Rome was like untouched. Damn, they was just conquered. But what gave them their great authority before they really went and conquered the world, like the Romans did, was the Treaty of Rome. That's what gave them their great authority. The Treaty of Rome, that's what brought them all together. The economic community, the markets came together. So we under you, America, and we need to combat the increasing movements of the Russians. That's exactly what it's been since the time. That's why that's what that beast represents. And they just unveiled it at the UN, not knowing like, through. That's an indicator you're done. You are through. So that brother's got any precept?
If you still wanted that in the account with Mattathias.
Oh yeah, bring it out because somebody has to stand up and fight.
Yeah.
You know, because these ugly ass niggas, these false pastors is laying down. Ain't nobody like you see all this madness. Where the fuck is the outcry at? Damn. But we crazy. We the crazy guys. You know, but we're the only ones that want peace. We want children to be saved. We want damn a woman to be a woman, a man to be a man, damn cat to be a cat, a squirrel to be a squirrel. Order in the court. Order in the court. Hey, don't forget about the kingdom of heaven. God wills it. God wills it. That's when they went to war. God wills it.
That's right. This is 1 Maccabees 2:39. Now when Mattathias and his friends understood hereof, they mourned for them right sword.
Oh man, because you know our people is through, man. You can see Jake lost through. He like, yeah, like the old generation done, new generation more done. Damn, you like the only hope you looking at the apostle. Damn, somebody had it not been for that small ribbon, we would have been like people are through, and they took the war, man. Oh, but what did the Russian choir sing? Niggas asleep. Niggas asleep. Burn the land of the enemy. Niggas asleep. I can't believe that's what they fucking song. That's beautiful, man. That's great, man. That's beautiful, man. Yes. That's hard, man. That's some hard lyrics, man.
Verse 40. And one of them said to another, if we all do as our brethren have done and fight not for our lives and laws against the heathen, they will now quickly root us out of the earth.
They will quickly root us out of the earth, man, and we do not fight. And the Lord told us how to fight. Spiritually. For now.
Verse 41. At that time thereof they decreed, saying, whosoever shall come to make battle with us on the Sabbath day, we will fight against him.
That's right.
Neither will we die all as our brethren that were murdered in the secret.
Right? And read that.
Verse 41. At that time thereof they decreed, saying, whosoever shall come to make battle with us on the Sabbath day, we will fight against him.
We're gonna fight against it, man. But you got niggas lounging. They can't come out. A fucking excuse after excuse after excuse. But you supposed to get your black self out here to the highway and the edges. We bidding you to the marriage. But the Lord even said those that were bidding were not worthy. So no, run out there quickly and get anybody you can, the blind and the maid, so the Lord's wedding can be filled.
Because the Lord is doing, the Lord is, we're calling you people out, and the Lord is getting your mind right. We can't get your mind right. We can only tell you what's to come. The Lord's dealing, the Lord's, you got to be sincere, bro. That's the key to the whole thing, is to be sincere to the Lord, because we know we fucked up, man. Yeah. We're in a bad case scenario.
We need help.
The worst case scenario.
We need help.
Neither will we die all as our brethren that were murdered in the secret place.
Hey, because like Elijah has been revealed to get murdered on it. He dead. They murdering our people at an alarming rate. They keeping it out of the news unless they want you to, oh, young dog, he threw. This other nigga, he threw Slim 400 and shit, he dead. Like, the niggas again just drop it. But because our people don't know, but they do know.
They don't want to know.
But they don't want to know.
It says in verse 42, then came there unto them a company of Assyrians who were mighty men of Israel, even all such as were voluntarily devoted unto the law.
Voluntarily devoted to the law. That's who's gonna come out like, man, this shit, man, I gotta deal with a fucking mole, and it is, fucking woman telling me what I'm gonna do at my. That's those that are in trouble, that's with us, because we gonna get ours. The Lord gonna rate. The Lord already working, man. The Lord in the kitchen, man. He cooking. He doing what he's doing, man. But if you don't think nothing going on, I've been saying, because you ain't watching.
Right.
We watching. It's happening.
You got to get out of that nonchalant in your own little world spirit. Oh, for real? Oh, all right.
On a fucking nigga shit. But then when your ass dead and brothers is eating, Lord willing, oh, for real? True? All right. Yep. Keep moving, man. We gonna have that same energy to you niggas, man. Go ahead. If you have something to say, okay.
It says, also all they that fled for persecution joined themselves unto them and were a stay unto them.
Hey, so our people that's there's everywhere, man. We ain't got nobody fighting for us, standing for us. But the men of the Lord is fighting and standing for our people.
Hey, Lord, when you think about it, that's how all of us brethren came together. We all came from different walks of lives, different cities, and just all came together in downtown LA or wherever we were, joined by this word. We all fled different persecutions, hell we was catching. We all knew something was wrong. Like, nah, fuck that. Somebody got to stand up.
Yeah. Something ain't right.
Well, I made real quick. It said voluntarily
devoted
to the battle. That goes into that patience, which is the spirit of being willing to bear all adversity. So you got to. It's a spirit of being willing to this. Like, for example, the chastisements of the Most High, to take that cheerfully.
Right.
Yeah? So that being voluntary to this is also voluntarily putting yourself in hell and adversity.
And making your body a living sacrifice.
There you go.
It's like when you sign up for Esau's military, you know what it possibly is.
You know
exactly.
You know what
It's
it
gonna
is.
break you the fuck down.
You already know what it is. Do you get 2 Ezra 13 about the chariot? Because the apostle went into this real quick, because it's like, how we gonna get out of here? We know nuclear war is coming, like fucking land's gonna be fucking on fire, destroyed. If you have
and I'm glad you're bringing that up, because this goes to all the scoffers out there that come against us and say, "Oh, well, you talk about America gonna be destroyed. How are you gonna be saved? How are you gonna get out there?" Looking at it in a carnal sense, So I'm glad you're going into this.
spiritual, And this is what the apostle went into. It says 25, Negro gospel songs that have their roots in slavery, right? And then we Israelites, like, whoa, like, hey. It says we all have our favorite Negro gospel songs, but did you know? This says black. I'll say Negro, same thing. Plenty of these amazing songs have their roots in slavery. Many masterpieces originated on the southern plantations and were sung by slaves while they attended church and worked. It says their purpose was to uplift the spirit. We singing that new song.
That's right, brother. That's right.
It is in code and shit. Like, you know, like this devil don't know what the hell he's talking about. He's some crazy guy. But now he sees. He says express solidarity, tell stories, and yearn for freedom. Some tunes, also known as signal songs and map songs, included detailed and coded instructions that helped slaves travel to the north and escape enslavement. It says, among the countless traditional Negro gospel songs, here are just 25 that have their origins in slavery. And the first one is Swing Low, Sweet Chariot. Now, can you bring that out in the focus? Starting from the top. And can a brother get Jude 14?
Second Edges 13. And it came to pass, after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea that it moved all the waves thereof.
Now you got to break that down because you got clowns saying that the Lord gonna come out the ocean. No, the sea is talking about outer space. Because here on the planet Earth, you got water in three forms. Let's go back to science class. You got water in three forms: liquid, water you drink, bathe in, all that. And you have a solid form, ice. Go to the Antarctica, wherever the hell you want to go, is ice. And you have it in a gas form, in space. That's where the Lord is going to come through the sea, outer space. And it's just like still water. Yeah, it's still water. The Shemayim is heaven, which means the water. So the Lord, and you know they call it a space ship. Ship goes through the water and hits the shore and lands there. That's how the chariot gonna come into our atmosphere.
Even this air that we breathe is water, because oxygen is H, a hydrogen, 2 O, and then 2 oxygens, and then the air is just oxygen.
Yep.
I got a quick precept going into the deeper spirituals. This is Psalms 137, beginning at the top. This is just also go to show that the so-called Jews, okay, are not in the land now, but they're who we say they are, the so-called Negroes, okay? And the annotation in Psalm 137 says the bitterness of exile, okay? It says, by the rivers of Babylon, there we sat down, yea, we wept when we remembered Zion. We hang our harps upon the willows in the midst thereof. For there, they that carried us away captive required of us a song.
Hey, so Jake always been singing in slavery, man. He show you that on Prince of Egypt, like,
and Amistad,
you know, deliver us, you know. Jake was always singing, like, get the hell out of here. But it's always cold. They always thought Jake was just, yeah, they just sing, right. But we actually giving hope to Jake is cold.
Yeah, just listen to the lyrics of these so-called Negro spirituals. We're singing the things in Israel, but not in Africa.
But we African, though.
If I could add to the scripture the brother just read by the rivers of Babylon, the tribe of Benjamin, they have a reggae song going by the rivers of Babylon. You probably heard it.
Yeah. It was like a hit single, I think, back in either the late 60s, early 70s. I believe that Apostle Paul.
Hey, and that's scripture too. Benjamin ravaging like a wolf.
Because a wolf, when it howls, ain't just howling just to howl. Right. It's howling when it's cut off from the pack. Right. I'm here. Right. So Benjamin is howling to the rest of the tribe. Like,
come on, when you notice these reggae songs are often spiritual. Yeah. You know?
Talking about Babylon being destroyed. Fire upon Babylon.
Woe to the bloody city.
Mashatah.
Mount Zion.
Yeah.
But real quick, this is Psalms 137, verse 3. It says, for there, they that carried us away captive required of us a song, and they that wasted us required of us mirth, saying, sing us one of the songs of Zion.
Man.
How shall we sing Yahweh Shemashai's song in a strange land?
Man, and that's beautiful because they required of us to sing a song like, I was gonna hear some. Remember in the 12 years a slave
song, boy.
Hey, remember they 12 years a slave woke them up and they start dancing and shit. But Jake, we singing a song of your destruction, devil. Because he wants us to sing him a song. We'll sing you a song. Sing you a song right now. And you don't want to hear it. You want to delete the videos and terminate my nigga.
Yeah. And it's funny, man, the truth that they show you in these movies and shows, and that show Underground when the so-called Negro slaves was escaping and they came across them Gadites, it made it look like they was about to have a confrontation. And then the next scene, they were sitting there dancing and drinking together. Yeah. That's the Southern and Northern Kingdom, man.
Yeah, beautiful, man. Beautiful. And it says, "Swing Low, Sweet Chariot." It says, "Swing Low, Sweet Chariot" is a renowned call and response for Negro gospel songs in which the preacher sings the first line and the congregation responds. When a slave heard this tune, he would know that he had to be prepared for the big escape. Woo! So how are we going to escape? Babylon.
Hey, that's a spirit. Water responds to sound, songs.
Hey, but also too the lyrics "Swing Low, Sweet Chariot." The Negro slaves, they actually seen these things, man.
Yeah.
That's why they sang about them.
Yeah.
So the Negroes back in slavery knew that the chariots were for their salvation. And you got to remember, this is the time before the Wright brothers, man. So it wasn't no fucking airplanes flying. So what were they seeing? They were seeing the so-called flying rolls, the wheel within a wheel.
Hey,
it's in our spirit, man, to know that these chariots are for our salvation, man.
Alicia said it when Elijah was taken. He's like, my father, the chariots of Israel. So we always knew that they were there. Even this demon, Christopher Cologne, the demon, he thought it St. Elmo fire. He's seen the chariots to lead his ass over here.
And when you look at it in modern times, how come all these so-called abduction stories are all dealing with Edomites and heathens? I never heard of no Jake or no nigga talking about I was abducted and tortured. Nah, man. Angels Think about it. Yeah. Name me one Negro that got abducted by a fucking chariot, man. I'll wait. You know what I'm saying? Can't do it.
Can't do it. And
well, I mean,
but he never came back.
Back in 2nd Esdras 13:3, and I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven.
Woo! That's our ticket uptown. That's our ticket out of here, man. Who is this man that waxed strong with the thousands of heaven? It's Yahushua, our Savior. The same one who was driving the chariot in ancient Egypt to get us out of here, man. Right. Woo!
And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him.
Woo! Because it's going to be a presence felt like, you're going to see the creator, your maker. The world is going to be through. Right.
And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth.
Now, what is that voice? Lazy. I said, out of his mouth goes the sharks. And then he say he's going to rebuke, and you rebuke with your mouth, right? Is it for the doctrine? Good for rebuke? Good for proof? Exploitation? Doctrine? But the Lord going to, niggas want the Lord to speak to him, and the Lord going to He gonna speak to you. Listen to this. And you're gonna be just the smell of smoke. You didn't want to hear us. Lord gonna speak to you himself, and he ain't gonna be pleased to talk to you. He gonna rebuke you with flames of fire. It came out 2 times.
And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burnt that heard his voice, like as the earth falleth when it feeleth the fire.
And if the earth fails when it feels the fire, it just burns up. So a nigga's body and just eating these people is gonna be evaporated.
And the best is the depiction of that is in War of the Worlds. Them lasers hit them people, they turn to dust and nothing but their clothes is left, man.
He came to lay and saw everything. Like this brother quotes the Apostle Clark, the whole white folks outside.
Says, and after this, I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number.
Going into Armageddon, gathering all those troops into that region, the Levant, Saudi Arabia region, which they call the Middle East. There ain't no such day as the Middle East. Well, the Fertile Crescent. I mean, over there in where those nations is at, Saudi Arabia, in between the Jordan, no, not the Jordan, the Red Sea, and then you have the Black and Caspian.
And there's troops out there already. Yeah. You can Google that now and see it.
And after this, I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the 4 winds of heaven.
They from all over, 4 corners, from all over, world war. gathered into one place. Right?
To subdue the man that came out of the sea.
Hey, going back to Ronald Reagan, he's like, man, if there was an outside force to come fight, when we put aside our differences, join together and fight that outside force. So that was back in the 80s. And that's it. It said they gonna turn the fight against the man who came from outer space.
And they show you that in Independence Day, where all them nations came together to fight the ships. No, they're not gonna succeed, man.
Yep. Go ahead.
But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew up upon it.
So his mountains fly. He's flying on something.
He'll be coming
around the mountain. and then it tells you on the he'll be coming around the mountain. It said, "O King Yahweh Shai shall be driving that chariot when he comes." Drive it, man.
It's spiritual, because when you look at the word mountain, it's a mount, right?
Yep. Yep.
It says, but I would have seen the region or place where out the hill was graven, and I could not.
Hey, so he's like, well, it ain't a mountain range. Damn, it looked like a mountain. It was carved out, and now it's flying. Then we got with when Yahweh Shai said a cloud came, received them out of their sight, and they said this same Yahweh Shai that you've seen leave is gonna come back in like manner. Right?
And after this, I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight.
So they gonna be afraid as hell. But the Lord like, face me, you know. Go ahead.
And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held a sword, nor any instrument of war. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth
the epicenter of the chariot, as
it had been a flash of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath.
At least up in Revelation, out of his mouth was a sword, killing instruments.
And out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests.
Oh, so the Lord gonna speak with you. The Lord gonna speak with you. He gonna speak to this world. He gonna speak to the armies of this world first.
And they were all mixed together. A blast of fire, flaming breath, and the great tempest.
Hey, that's concentrated fire. Let's go ahead. That's a laser. It's all mixed into one concentrated fire.
It fell with violence upon the multitude.
It fell with violence. And I always quote the Star Wars. The Obi-Wan was like, Luke was like, what's wrong with you? Cool? And he's like, I felt a great disturbance in the force, as if millions of voices suddenly cried out in terror. Suddenly silent. He's like, great. He's like, something terrible. Just like that.
Right. It fell with violence upon the multitude, which was prepared to fight, and burnt them up every one, so that in a sudden of an innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and the smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid.
Hey, who wouldn't be afraid of that? Disintegration. And can a brother get where it says enter into the chambers, hide themselves for a moment? Yep. Also get where it mentions pretty much that's gonna be our article. Revelation 11 and 12. Like how we gonna get out? Said and he gonna call with a voice, come up hither.
You want that now?
Yeah, get that revelation that you guys had next. Revelation.
This is Revelation 11 and 12. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud.
Hey, ain't that the same way the Lord left? Said it in a cloud, took him out of their sight, and the cloud received him. And then the elect, the ones that's with the Lord, the bride, that's adorned for her husband, is going to come up. Just like in the ancient world, when a man was getting married with a woman, there's an old saying, swept her off her feet. Right. You're going to be on horseback. Get up here. You come up here.
Hey, if you can perceive it, the Lord's going to rape us. That word rape means to
take us.
Yeah.
And say rapture.
Yeah.
The word in there is.
And if you think about it, like, oh, it really is going to be like that, because it's going to be in a dramatic way. Because at that time, when the elect is beamed up on those ships, when the Lord takes the elect, it's gonna be missiles shooting off. Just think about the intensity. It's gonna be all out hell and chaos and mayhem in the streets. Missiles flying in the air, alarms and trumpets and ram's horns going off.
Dead bodies,
It's gonna be
bitches
screaming. It's gonna be piercing, you know, because our body's gonna be changed.
Oh man, because that's gonna be the marriage. Because when a man gets married with a woman, takes her into that marriage chamber, and they consummate the marriage by putting together.
That's it.
And in the spirit, us going into the ships being chained,
Yeah.
in there, just safe and sound.
Yeah.
But in a physical sense, that's when a man makes that woman his woman.
Right. And when you pop a virgin, it's kind of like she got a new body. Now she conformed to you.
Yeah.
With
And,
your mind.
and then it say when we see him, we shall
We
be
shall
like
be
he
like
is.
his
Yeah.
And when our bodies are changed, we're gonna be one mind with Yahweh like he is.
Yeah, that's it. And it said that he making his tabernacles with me. We shall be their God and their child. That's right.
And their enemies beheld them.
Yes. It's like that's a great escape. Right off. It's just hell and destruction. The Lord just ended the enemies. He invited them in a room like, come on down.
Hey, they show that in Star Wars. They'll be on the ground fighting, and they like, oh shit, the enemy surrounding them, and then the ship will come up and they'll go up. Yep. Right, just in time.
Just in the nick of time. Yep. But going back to that, the swing low sweet chariot, it says the song talks about an angel band that takes the slaves to freedom. Now the Lord gonna come with that chariot. We're gonna go into that particular one, the fathership, but he's gonna come with a band of angels.
That's right.
Did you use on something?
Isaiah.
Yeah, get that. Yep.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 26, verse 20. And it reads, "Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers and shut thy doors about thee. Hide,
go ahead.
Hide thyself as it were for a little moment until the indignation be overpassed."
Go ahead. I was just gonna say when you go into that word chamber, it goes into the word parlor, which is something plush and lavish, like a lounge. So when we get beamed up, we're gonna be in a place of comfort and protection.
Because when you go get your hair cut, it's not a parlor. You go chill.
Yeah, like a
lounge.
We're just kicking back. Yeah.
And it's funny because a lounge is like you go in there. We got the VIP section over here, and y'all shy gonna be there with me. We gonna go to y'all shy.
You know, like a lounge has like a bar and the comfortable seats. They got that nice music playing. The ambiance is nice and right. That's what it's going into. You know, we're gonna be chilling, watching Babylon be burnt.
That's gonna be the show. Oh, and that Jew. But there's another song. It's called "Still Away." Still Away. It says this song's message is that the one singing it is planning to break free from enslavement. This is all of Yahweh. We singing the song he gave us to sing. It says, the lyric says, the Lord calls the slave to freedom, and that there's not much time left to stay on the plantation. That's spiritual. That's just the plantation, right? Go ahead, bring that you down.
This is the book of Jude, verse 14. And it reads, "And Enoch also, the seventh from Adam, prophesied of these, saying, Behold, the Lord cometh with 10,000s of his saints to execute judgment upon all, and to convince all that are ungodly among them of all their ungodly deeds which they have ungodly committed, and of all their hard speeches which ungodly sinners have spoken against him."
Man, ungodly sinners are people, all you damn people, mainly Jake, because you're under the covenant and you're the only one who can actually sin. But since this devil took hand of this Bible, our book, and these other nations think they got part in it, the Lord's like, okay, I'm gonna judge you according to the law written in the book. And those of you that don't know it, you're gonna be judged without the law. But you're gonna still be judged, though. You're doing madness.
You in that courts, man. You getting judged right now. You know what I mean?
Number 35, 3. And here's another, and we about to close out. Here's another spiritual. It says, let us break God. It says, nobody knows the troubles I've seen. That song, Jake and hardcore bondage. There's another one, and it's called Go Down Moses. says, go down. Moses talks about the Bible's Old Testament events, particularly Exodus 8:1. In the lyrics, Israel means the African American slaves are not only them, the rest of the tribe. That's Israel. But it's funny, this is the head tribe, Negroes, right? It says Israel in the song. It says Israel means the African American slaves, while Pharaoh in Egypt means the slave master in his country. It says the word down in the American slavery context means down the Mississippi River because we was down south. You know, that's where Jake was at. It said pretty much like Moses come down, like we need a deliverer to come get us out this fucking hellhole, man. And now brothers have become modern day Moseses through the Spirit of the Lord. But the Lord is going to be the Savior to come get us. We can't save nobody. We can only give you the words. Like Moses went to tell Pharaoh, like, let Israel go. And if you will not, the Lord going to deal with you with plagues. That's right. You know? That's pretty much. Oh, and it says, the place where slaves have to struggle with awful conditions, just like Egypt, it is easy to see the roots of this gospel song.
This is Isaiah 35:3.
We're going to end it with this and what you got. Come on, go ahead.
Isaiah 35:3. Strengthen ye the weak hands and confirm the feeble knees.
Wasn't our people crying out like, swing low, it's coming, chariots coming, get ready, be prepared. Then it said, come down, Moses, which is where the Israelites, as the scriptures state, and we're in the new Egypt. We want to be delivered, just like our people in ancient Egypt was crying out, and the Lord said, I've heard your cry, way of the taskmaster. I'm going to come get you out. Only the elect this time. Go ahead, out.
Say to them that are of a fearful heart, be strong.
Be strong, right? Because hey, when Moses going to Pharaoh, he up the slavery on Jacob. He took it to a whole another level. So this devil going to ante up the hell he puts on Jacob. But the elect, hold on, because we almost out of here.
Fear not.
Fear not.
Behold, your power, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, will come with vengeance.
Woo!
Even the power with the recompense.
Even our power, even Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai with a payback to this man. Esau, Edom, and all our enemies. Even 2/3 that don't want nothing to do with the Lord, they're going to be paid back as well. They put the blood of the Lord on their own head and their children.
Even Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai with the recompense.
Even Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai with a payback, recompense.
He will come and save you.
He will come and save the elect. We endure all things for the elect sake. Right? The rest of you niggas, you can have this place and be destroyed with it. Right?
Then the eyes of the blind shall be opened,
and do the word. Right?
And the ears of the deaf shall be unstopped.
Like at first we didn't hear this, like what they ain't talking about. This is small hats. But now we hear like, no, that's us. Going into the spiritual, like what? That's us. Why do you think we were singing those? Because we're those people. That's right. Bring that out. That's the last scripture.
This is Psalms 37, 39, and 40.
We read 37. We go down.
Right. Oh man.
Wait,
Psalms 37 and 37, which reads, it says, mark the perfect man. Behold the upright.
They mark the perfect man. Behold the upright, the men of the Lord. Wait,
the end of that man is peace.
Woo! Deliverance, salvation, right? In a glorious fashion. Wait.
Verse 38, but the transgressor shall be destroyed together.
2/3 with the man of sin himself. Saw Edom, the transgressor, the one who destroyed the earth. Lord gonna destroy him that destroyed the earth.
The end of the wicked shall be cut off. 39.
The end of the wicked shall be cut off by way of what? Nuclear fire, laser fire.
39 and 40 says, but the salvation of the righteous is of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. He is their strength,
man,
in a time of trouble.
Woo! And trouble is coming. But the Lord said, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. Right. So with that, hey, brother, got any closing words?
Just hold on, bro. Just hold on.
If I may, I wanted to say something about like East and Mark. If I may.
Does it pertain to something?
To what you guys were talking about earlier?
Okay.
Well, like how you guys were talking about how Esau Edom, like he's gonna deceive people to taking it. You know, that goes into like Psalms 55:21, where he talks about how the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but words in his mouth, he's going to come smoothly into people. And he even talks about that in Revelation 13 and 14, how he's going to deceive people by the means of those miracles. Now, I perceive that like he's not going to mandate it yet, but it's going to be out there. It's going to be like, look what we could do with this Neuralink and with this smart.
Yeah, that's what Elon Musk is doing with the Neuralink and
like we
Tesla.
We can put this in your head. You paralyzed.
Pretty
boom,
much
you can walk now.
Pretty much, he does it little by little increments. He's been
and then so like by the 2022 when it gets approved by the FDA, you know, that's when I feel like that's when it's gonna start to be like he's gonna start causing people to do it because then he can mandate it. And like I was reading earlier this week in the scriptures in like Exodus 22, where it talks about how to take an oil to your servant. Like you gotta serve him forever, and I feel like that's gonna be like a digital oil. That's why the Lord is gonna destroy. That's why the Lord is gonna want to destroy people in Revelation 14, because you taking that digital oil. You saying Esau, you my master, you my Lord. He got all control over you. Because I was watching the interview with Aaron Russo. It's like they want to have control over everything. They want to know when you sleep, when you eating, everything. Control over all your money.
I
know I'm not telling y'all nothing, but it's for the viewers. Y'all know.
But that's a brother on the other side that's saying these things because he's been eating good. You're right, yo.
Yeah, he got a little dribble on his beard.
Hey, brother, like you said, they're already deceiving people to take. It's already, if you look in the news,
and they was talking about.
Wait, hold on, brother. If you look in the news, it's reports of like how a school teacher was blind, and then she took it, and now she can see.
Right.
Yep. You know, so that's we're already seeing how they deceive people.
The first biggest example is that it's Vanessa. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the biggest example. It came, you know, he gonna do the same shit.
That's the forehead part, and you know, with the right hand, you know, over there in Sweden, which is probably gonna come all across the world soon. They talk about how because of the it will, but you know. They talk about they want you to take a chip in your hand. They already got people like chips in their hand, but they want that chip in your hand to be able to scan and have proof of like your Crown Royale regular.
In more places than you know is already.
Oh really?
And Sweden's population over 50% is chip.
Majority of the population.
They were one of the first ones to ban.
Bro, they was chipping in like 2014.
I looked it up. 2014, they was chipping.
That's it. Hey, we about to close up. One brothers, you sisters out there were edified. That hopeful elect, that house of David, giving all praises, glory, and honor unto
Yahweh,
double honors unto our apostles, our elders, our teachers at Great Millstone that taught us this truth, this beautiful truth, beginning with the names of our power, Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father, and Yahweh Shai being the name of His only begotten Son. Salutations, peace, and blessings unto the hopeful elect, to the house of David. Was when you have been edified. To the next time we say Shalom.
DGA above. Yeah.